Gippsland who battle for honour. NGFNL, it's my local league. This is the real thing, the Carons are cheering. Beat North Gippy, it's the local for me. The stars of tomorrow, the legends we all know. NGFNL, the local for me. The siren sounds, the ball hits the ground. Beat North Gippy, it's the local for me.
Good afternoon and welcome to Traralgon Tyers United. We're in Tyers here for the big AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League match of the round between the top-placed TTU and third-placed Heyfield. It promises to be an absolute beauty. We've had a week off and we're back. And this is the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes barbecue pre-game show. And what an afternoon we have got ahead of us. You can see there on camera now, the weather is unbelievable. Got here nice and early this morning and she was crisp, I can tell you. And before we go any further, it is normal for me to welcome our big fella Matty Mosley, and I do the same again this morning. How was your weekend off, Matty?
It was good, but it was raining last week.
Yeah, a good weekend to have off.
It was, and now we're back to beautiful weather again.
We are back to beautiful weather. I had plans, and then I get a phone call Friday night. I had to go and call for SEN Radio because they had a caller that was sick, and I reckon it had something to do with the weather myself.
Yeah, and a long weekend as well.
And a long weekend. So I ended up calling, so I didn't get that weekend off that I wanted. What did you do with yourself, Matty?
Well, I went and watched Yarragon play Bullen up at Yarragon. I wanted to watch big Braden Proust, who come out from the Giants last year.
So you had the weekend off and you went to the footy.
I did.
How'd that go over at home?
Well, it was wet, so she was probably like, get out of here.
I can tell you what, it didn't go over well. I was on out in the doghouse still. But we're back with some North Gippsland footy and really looking forward to this one in the under-18s earlier this morning. Heyfield 14-19, 103, run out 77-point winners over TTU 4-2-26. The reserves are underway at the moment, and it's 48-point lead to the Heyfield side at the moment. And I can tell you, Matty, the under-18s, Heyfield had some ripping footballers playing for them, and they look like a good side. They were so clean, like it was very, as you could imagine, very dewy. But, gee, they were clean.
They were, and if they can hold on to them, that's the big thing.
Yes, because they'll be coming knocking.
Yeah, and it's hard for work as well and university, so hopefully they can keep those young blokes, because they were very, very handy footballers.
They were. Hey, we've already had a visit from the umpires. The umpires today, field umpire Shane Garvey, who's the director of umpiring in the North Gippsland League. Harry Davis, he also come over. Now, Harry actually umpired the Gippsland League, Traralgon Leangatha Grand Final last year.
Yep.
And Shane did the North Gippy.
Yep. So two experienced umpires today.
Yeah. Boundary umpires. Connor Garvey. He's the son of...
There's something going on here.
Shane Garvey.
Yep.
Sam Bertram and Max Williamson.
Yep.
And in the goals, Tim Davis. He's the father of Harry Davis.
So there's a family connection.
And Cheryl Walker. So we've got two father-sons umpiring today. That is unbelievable. Now, the goal umpire, Tim Davis, who's the father of field umpire Harry, played in Gormandale's premiership side of 89 and through the 90s, played with them.
Yep, had a bit of a stint at Morlease too, he said.
Yeah, now that's when Gormandale were really strong.
Powerhouse.
Late 80s, 90s. So, and Tim's a little bit older than I. I'm not going to give away his age. He's 64. But I can tell you that he's doing a good job just to be walking, let alone out there goal umpiring.
Yep, enjoying the sunshine today in the goals.
He's got the good job, though, hasn't he?
He
goal
does.
Umpiring. He's sitting out in the sun today with a bit of a hat on. Hey, don't forget, Matty, next Friday, we're out at Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes barbecue out at the Kernot Hall in Morwell, not too far from here, actually. 20th of June, next Friday, 11 to 4:30. And we will be announcing the winners of the tickets. We're giving away 6 tickets, so 3 double passes to that event, which is to the value, I can add, of $300 per double. So you get all your drinks and food all throughout the day, all inclusive. So it's a really good get. Tom Seagate, the suburban footballer, he is the comedian and the MC. Now, did you see him on the front bar the other night?
I know, you told me to do it, and I haven't done it yet.
Oh, I'll tell you what, he was very, very funny as his alter ego, the suburban footballer.
Yep.
God, he was funny. Very good. So he'll be hosting the day. Razor Ray Chamberlain, well, the umpires just like to get involved, don't
He'll
they?
take over Razor. He loves it.
He will, retired. I've got a couple of questions for him for the day.
Razor?
Yeah, I bet the bloke that's on the run that ripped off.
Oh, there's a bit
millions.
happening there. Yeah.
He's been in a car accident as well. He's had a big life.
He's up to
lately.
no good, I don't think.
Brad Oakes and RG Barker, the comedians, they'll also be in attendance. I don't know if there's any tickets left, but if you'd like to send off an email, info@lvbigblokesbarbecue.com.au, or give Mark Ainsworth, the president of Churchill, a ring, preferably at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You'd love that, wouldn't he?
On 0439 750088. Going to be a big day, Benny.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day.
You looking forward to it?
I can't wait. I've been before, and they're great days.
Stefan, the man on the buttons, he's going. He's
Yep.
thumbs up. He's going. Now, I'll pick you up if you want to lift, because I don't drink.
Oh.
So because it's free, you don't want to be going there and not having a sip if you're a sipper.
Oh, might be a bit rusty on the Saturday.
You might be. I can pick you up and drop us off home if you want. So we will be announcing the winners who've won them tickets. Don't forget, get on lvbigblokesbarbecue.com.au to find out all about that next Saturday. Hey, we've got an interview coming up shortly with TTU coach Jack Brown. Looking forward to that. He's a ripper. We ran into him over there.
Yeah, very casual type looking coach, isn't he?
Isn't he?
Yeah.
And it's the funny thing is, I don't know how deep you dive into these things. Both clubs are coached by Browns.
I've already thought that.
You have?
Is there a relation?
Jack Sinclair played his 200th game the other day for St Kilda. Guy Sinclair for TTU plays his 200th today.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm in line to hit 200 pies, and I'm Brad Sinclair.
Far
200 pies today. Look out. Gonna be a big day.
Oh, you're really thinking about it. The old 8 balls thinking.
What a day. What a beautiful day. Hey, want to go through some results, hey? What about that before we
It's been a couple of weeks.
have a listen to... Yeah, that's the thing, you forget.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to the Jack Brown interview very shortly, so we better go through some results. Sale City, 18-10-118, defeated Yarram a couple of weeks ago by 45 points, 10-13-73 with the Demons.
Yep.
Yallourn North, 8-10-58, and a close one, 4 points over Rosedale, 8-6-54. Gormandale, 6-4-40, went down to TTU, 31-21, 207, who we're calling today. Heyfield, 6-8-44, lost to Woodside, 11-12-78. And the game we called 2 weeks ago was Cowar, 2014, 134 in a incredible display. 101 point winners over Glengarry, 5-3-33. Leading goal kickers, Matty. Give us the leading goal kickers, because I know you love the leading goal kickers.
I do. And it's the Cowar. It's the Keenan Hughes show at the moment. He's kicked 36 goals for the year. Dean McDonald, his old teammate from Yallourn North's on 35. Now today, Riley Denovan on 33. Let's see how he goes today. Michael O'Sullivan from Woodside on 32. Kyle Graham from Heyfield, who we have today, is on 24. And Spencer Fox on 22, with a couple of others all on 22 as well.
Love the goal kickers. Love the goal kickers. And there's some good ones in this right now. So really interested to watch Riley Denovan today.
Yeah. Pressure's on him, I think, a little bit.
It is. He's starting to get a bit more attention now.
Yep, I agree.
I can tell you they might have a guy in there to give him a little bit of a help. David Waddell.
We've got a bit of insight about this man.
35-year-old that's lining up in the forward pocket today for TTU. Yep. Keep your eyes on him. He'll be in the number 2.
Yep.
Keep your eyes on him. He is a ripper. Riley Denovan, he got 5 last game. He's on 33. He's only 3 behind Keenan Hughes.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting. Hey, other games today, Matty. Give us a tip as I go through these.
Yep.
Woodside at home to Cowar.
As good as Cowar's been, I'm going to go with Woodside. Got to give him some credit.
Rosedale sitting 5th, take on the 11th place Gormandale.
Yeah, Rosedale for me.
The Demons Yarram at home to Yallourn North, who sit 4th.
Yes, and I seen the Vardy boys have been picked.
Yes.
From when we did the podcast, and I did say in the podcast this might make it a little bit interesting. So I'll be tuning in to those scores earlier or later on today.
We both tipped Yallourn North. Does that sway you with the Vardis at all?
It does, because they straighten them up massively.
Yeah, they
so,
do.
yeah, it'd be interesting.
Churchill sitting 10th, take on the 6th place Sale City.
Yeah, Sale City for me.
Yeah, we've gone the same this week. Glengarry have the bye. Hey, we might check in with the big fella Jack Brown, who was really, really good with his time again during the week, and we just had a chat to him about how we think today will go. Welcome, Jack.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, it's really good to have you on, and thanks for your time. I know it's a coach's time is precious come that particularly Thursday on. You're a pretty busy man, no doubt.
Certainly is. Busy time of the week for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is. Hey, I've got to say, your form, I mean, I'm stating the obvious, the form has been sensational. You haven't lost a game. But the big thing for me is the 329%. You know, you're 130 odd above your next team in Woodside in that area. You've got to be happy with the way you're scoring and keeping opposition's low scores.
Yeah, certainly. We understand the importance of that high percentage. We obviously focus on a week at a time, but if we can keep our percentage really, really high, it sets us in good stead for that tail end of the year for sure. We're also under no illusion that, you know, we won a couple of games against some top sides when they were a little bit underdone and carrying a few injuries. So we're well aware that they'll improve the second time we come up against them.
And you've got injuries of your own to worry about. Sam Curtin was out. Looks like he might be back this week.
Yeah, we had a couple of boys who had the game off against Gormy that will probably touch and go, but we just thought with that extra week off for King's birthday, it was better to give him that 2 to 3 weeks off instead. So Sam will be good to go this weekend. He's really important for our structure inside on ball, so we're excited to see him back out there.
And Hayden Willaton's form's been very good.
It certainly has, and he'll let you know about it if you have a chat to him. Yeah. No, he's been awesome. He's been great. Great on ball. Our midfield's been awesome. Yeah,
It has.
Well. Yeah.
It has. That leads me to Mick Jacobson. What a season he's had. I mean, he's been great for a number of years now, but would this be nearly his best season?
Oh, it's a big call. Yeah, I don't know. Last year was pretty special for him, that's for sure. He's probably got a little bit more help this year in terms of our spread from the contest. He was probably a lone hand in that space last year, but there's other blokes doing it this year, so the load certainly spread a bit more, which is great.
Now, it's Guy Sinclair's 200th game this week. What a club legend.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you read his record through the 2010s and what he did for the club. It's quite phenomenal. He's someone that come out here quite young and stuck through some pretty difficult times and has got some rewards later in his career, but it wasn't looking likely for a while. So club legend, and we'll certainly, fly the flag for him this weekend.
Having said that, he's going to have a big job, I would imagine, of any of the forwards, whoever it is. It could be Brown. If Sheen plays, it could be him. So he'll have a big job in his 200.
Yeah, certainly. I think, our tall backs will have their work cut out for him, regardless of what combination. There's also Kyle Graham down there that we're quite wary of, who bobs up and kicks his 5 or 6 most weeks. So, yeah, I think our backs are going to be in for a bit of a hard day at the office. So we'll have to prepare for that for sure.
Getting up the other end of the ground, I've got to say, the emergence of Riley Denovan over the last 6 weeks has been incredible.
Yeah, I think I said it after round one. It's going to get easier and easier for him, and he's getting a lot more time put into him defensively, but he's just getting to the right spot. He's working really hard, and he's listening. There's a few older blokes around him down there. He's listening to them, and his leading patterns are improving every week. So, we're hopeful that continues, and we'll continue to support him in that space.
So when you say that there's more time being put into him from opposition defences, is that something, particularly where you play, is that something where you and him sit down in one-on-one situation and you give him some tips?
We probably haven't too much at this stage. I know that he leans on the forwards a fair bit, and they guide him a lot through that sort of work. But while he's going well, we'll just let him play football. Sometimes you can overthink those things, I think. If it starts to become a huge problem for him, we might train specifically to help him in that space. But at the moment, we just let the kid play football and enjoy himself.
I'll say it doesn't get much bigger than this weekend at TTU. I mean, you've got your past Players' Day. There's a couple of netball grand final reunions. You've got your big Bomber Bash happening on the Sunday.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. Past Players' Day, and we usually get a pretty good turnout for that. Yeah, Bomber Bash on Sunday. So we're certainly, trying to prepare ourselves to put on a good display, and hopefully the sun's out and it's a good turnout because they're big days past Players' Days. You'll have all the oldies on the deck talking about how they'll beat us if they were playing us and all that sort of stuff. So we're hoping that, as I said, we can put on a good display for them.
Yes, I can absolutely agree with. They tend to get a little bit better with the more the years go on and the more
100%.
beers they have on the deck.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, thanks for joining us. Really looking forward to this one on Saturday. We seen you in round one and we were super impressed that day, and we look forward to having a look again this weekend. Thanks for your time and all the very best.
No worries. Thanks, Brad.
What a ripping bloke. He is Jack Brown. And what I forgot to mention also there, Matty, was that we didn't just call him round one. We called him around, I think it might have been 3. It was round 3 Anzac night. Right here.
How could we forget?
Got called off.
Yes, we got flooded.
Lightning. It was a dreadful night. So it's great to be back here today in this sort of weather. Hey, what we might do before we go any further, we might talk about the ladder. And Matty, you can take us through this.
Yes, we've got TTU on top and Woodside also on the same points. And then we've got Heyfield, which is a massive game today with the TTU and the Heyfield game. They're 11 with points. Then it's a bit of a gap after the Heyfield with your Lawn North and Rosedale. And then Sales City, Yarram, Glengarry, Cowar, Churchill and Gormandale sitting on the bottom.
Yeah. Hey, we've spoken about Guy Sinclair. Guy Stringer played for Sorrento, was one of the best footballers in Mornington Peninsula I've ever seen. Just thought I'd throw that in. I hope you're listening, Guy. Guy Sinclair plays his 200th game today. Also in the netball, Mel Smith will play her 250th game of netball for TTU today. She's a 5-time premiership player with the club and has been a successful coach for the Bombers. Mel was runner-up in the league best and fairest twice in 2018 and 19. Congratulations, Mel. We hope you get a win because they've got a double premiership reunion going on over there in the netball. They've got past Players' Days. A couple of other things. We've got to get some through this. Tyers CFA, the Fire Brigade, are running a raffle at the gate. Now, did you get some tickets?
I did.
I did too. And they didn't take me name or anything. They just give me tickets.
Yeah, well, I said to them, where do we find out? They go, at half-time at the canteen. It's no good for me. They need to tell us.
That's what they said to me. And
Yes.
I'll tell you what, I used to run those sort of raffles. I made a lot of money doing like that. Because Snowy on the Trams always won it. Who's Snowy on the Trams? He's over there. I always used to.
Well, none of us have won. We've put tickets in nearly every game we've gone to, and we haven't won.
No, we've never won anything because we wouldn't know.
No.
That's the thing. That's why there's Snowy in the Trams. Hey, this is interesting today. This is what happens when you get to the footy and you talk to people. Peter Stevens, now he's a doctor.
Yes, he just rocked up to the van.
And we're having a chat now. Peter Stevens from Heyfield. Now, he's the father of Mark that was come through Gippy Power, the first Gippy Power side, and was drafted.
Yep.
And he's also the grandfather of Jack Christian that's playing today in number 54 for Heyfield.
Yep.
He'll play up back. He's a key backman. You just run into these people.
Yeah.
So it's his daughter's boy.
Yep.
And Mark is his son. Now, I've forgotten. Now, Mark's boy, I think it's Matt, is also a Gippy Power.
Oh.
And I spoke to Alan Chandler, who's an assistant coach at Gippy Power, and he said, hey, mate, he's a good one.
He can play.
Real good one.
He can play.
So what a talented family.
They breed them well at Heyfield.
No, they do.
There's some good players that have come out of Heyfield in the past.
They do, and I might need a doctor today. It's 200 pies I got to eat.
Oh,
Got to keep them the name Jack Sinclair, 200 for St Kilda. Guy today for TTU. Oh,
200 pies for you, Brad.
Put them to shame. 200 pies, no sauce. Hey, now we've got a work experience kid, Matty.
we do.
We've got
He's going to cop it, isn't he?
And he starts today. And his name's Kyan Jenkins. And Jack Brown, who's the coach at TTU, is one of his teachers
Yes.
at Trafalgar High. This small world just gets smaller.
Yeah.
So over the coming weeks, we're going to introduce Kyan, and we will talk to him at half-time. So we're going to put the work experience kid to the test. He's a St Kilda supporter. We won't hold that against him, but he's used to pain, so he'll be okay working with us. So he will be within weeks, our boundary rider. So
No pressure.
He'll be going to be down on the ground, and he'll be getting little things going on with coaches, and we're going to interview him at half-time, or he might interview us. He runs a podcast, about the Saints. Did you know that?
I didn't.
No, we're going to talk to him about that at half-time. Kyan Jenkins is his name, and we'll have a chat to him at half-time. Right, today, Matty Mosley. This is a big game, first versus third.
Yep.
Who are we tipping?
I'm looking at them at Heyfield. I'm like, oh, have I made the right call? But I'm going to go with TTU for now. I can't change my mind. I backed him in the other day, so I'm going to back him in again.
So, yeah, I'm staying with TTU. They haven't lost a game yet.
Yep.
Heyfield lost their last outing to Woodside.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks in a row they get to play the last year's grand finalists now. And it'll give Lee Brown a bit of an indication where they're at, I suppose. Darren Sheen.
Big out.
Yeah, he's not playing. I don't know much about Tyson Burst, but I'm hearing he's a good player. He's not playing today either.
Yeah, okay.
But the big one out for TTU is their captain Nielsen.
Yeah. And
that's a big loss.
We noticed him with the Rosedale game earlier in the year, how much he straightened them up.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
a real good lead up to the ball. So, yeah, they'll miss him a lot.
So it's probably a good time to put the sides up and have a look. And there's the TTU side. And I can tell you, for TTU, out of the side is Jai Nielsen, as we say, Will Curtin and Jess Selwyn. And coming in is Jacobson. That's up back. That's, I always forget his first name. It's James.
James, yep.
James Jacobson, Sammy Curtin into the middle. And a new player to the club. And he'll wear the number 26 number, Pat Moy. He'll start on the interchange bench. He's a new one. So right there, we see Guy up back now. Guy and Kilgour. We'll talk about this now as we have a look at the Heyfield side. And who does he take? Who takes Brown up forward, the coach Lee Brown? Is it Kilgour or Guy Sinclair in his 200th?
I'd start off with Sinclair if he's deep.
Yep.
Yeah, but if he goes up the ground, I would nearly change it to Kilgour.
Okay, so for the Heyfield side, out is Woodland, the two Woodland boys, the death of the father during the week. So condolences out there to all the Woodlands and family and friends and everyone involved at Heyfield. Conway and Wojcinski are out, and in come Manson, Lineker, Brooks and Burton. Now, I can tell you from last year when these two sides met that the Kilgour started off on Lee Brown. Lee Brown kicked 5 in the first quarter. So it'll be interesting to see what Jack Brown does there. Does he say, I'm a little bit gun-shy what happened last year, or do I give him first crack at him, Matty, and say, hey, you owe him?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm the type of person, just throw him in the deep end again.
Yep.
Just see how you go.
Sink or swim.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's what I would do, but you've got to have plans, and I'm sure they've got some good... Jack will have some good plans for Lee Brown. Like, he's too good of a player,
Yeah.
Not to have a plan on him.
The late out was for the Traralgon side was Will Curtin. So he only come out very late last night.
Ooh.
And Pat Moy come in for him. Now, Pat Moy is he does the hearing test and so forth. If they fell
Yes.
across him, he was from Ringwood,
Yep.
moved into the area, blah, 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 knew someone next door, bang, he's
Next
here.
minute, he's at Tyers.
They're the best pickups.
Yep.
I had a guy years ago when I coached Jerilderie, Billy Brownless Country, a guy by the name of Sam Riggle. We're in the pub one night, Sam Riggle, and he introduces himself. G'day, mate, we're having a chat, we're having a beer, and starts talking footy, and, oh, yeah, you like your footy? And we're talking footy, and I said, oh, do you play? And he said, yeah, I'm from Tassie, I've just moved over. Play, I'm not, much chop, I'm just... I'll have a kick, and he was about 23, 24, and I said, come down and have a run with us. And I watched him on the training track, and I think, you're a bit better than
You
just
can play.
all right. Won the league medal.
Yep, he can play.
He ended up with it. He was a superstar. I
God.
love the ones that say that.
Yep. The ones that, I'm just okay,
Yeah.
they can play.
Another announcement to make, Matty.
Yep.
We got a new co-caller today. No, I'm not calling on my own today.
I've got to let the old fella with his voice just,
Give him a rest.
Yeah.
Matty Mosley makes his debut as the blow-by-blow caller today. He's been doing special comments for Sports Stream Live the last, let's say, 12 months.
Yeah.
And now he sits into the chair and will call the live action as well. You're looking forward to it, mate?
I am.
Yeah, and you'll remember it, your first one.
Yeah.
Always, particularly when I get the egg and lettuce sandwiches out. You'll know all about it because I've got a couple there. Don't worry about that.
No.
So, you've been doing a little bit of... Oh, here we go. The umpire's in front of the camera there. Is that what you're pointing at?
I was.
So umpires today, as we said, Shane Garvey and Harry Davis in the field umpires. And Shane's son, Connor, will run the boundary with Sam Bertram and Max Williamson. And Harry Davis's father will start in goals as a goal umpire and Cheryl Walker up the other end. That's interesting, isn't it?
It is. And he is fit.
Harry Davis?
Yes. He did
does.
say.
Yeah. Oh, his dad?
His dad,
yeah,
Tim, yeah. He
yes.
said he was quite fit.
Yeah, umpiring's been good this year.
It has.
And they did come over us before the game and let us know how good they've been.
They had a good chat. It was good. It was a good little insight.
Very good. They were very good. So what are you looking forward to here? The toss of the coins you'll see is just about to happen. And that is McMillan going in to toss the coin for Heyfield with Guy Sinclair in his 200th game. And toss is won by Heyfield, and they'll kick to the right of the screen. I'll tell you what I'm going to get confused with here today, and it'll happen. I'll preempt it now by saying I coached a club called Haywood.
Oh, yes.
So Heyfield's going to
Haywood.
get called Haywood
Yeah.
a couple of times today. Don't worry about that.
Yep.
That'll happen. So left of screen, TTU.
Yep.
Right of screen, Heyfield.
No
So
wins at all.
What do you think is going to happen at the start? Willaton get the first touch, you reckon?
No, I think it'll be a ball up. Like it is most
Stoppage
weeks.
after stoppage. Stoppage after stoppage.
Yep.
That's for sure.
It'll be a pretty hot footy early, I think.
That has been Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes barbecue. And we're not far away to get underway here. Don't forget halftime show. We'll talk to our young work experience man, Kyan Jenkins. All about, well, one, we'll ask him some questions and whatever dirt he's got on Jack Brown as a teacher. We'll ask him a bit of that, and I'm sure he's champing at the bit to give that away because Jack will watch this tape tomorrow. Just have a look how his players went. He'll be listening in. So you've gone with Guy Sinclair to get first crack at Lee Brown, so we'll get you to keep your eyes on that. It will be interesting. And what will happen here, a lot of this is going to be relying on Jack Brown as the intercept defender, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's got to give them two a chop out, Kilgour.
He can't just do
Sinclair.
it on his own. It's going to be a team effort down back for sure.
So it'll be interesting to see. So Sinclair's going back to Brown, and that's why you are the best in the business, Matty Mosley.
Thank you, Brad.
You picked it, and you picked it in one. So he will go to Lee Brown. Would have been interesting if they had Sheen as well. Who goes to Graham? So we'll get you to keep your eye on who goes to Graham because he's been kicking some goals.
Yeah.
Kyle Graham.
Getting off the leash a little bit.
Yeah, he has. So the ball's in the middle. We're about to get underway, and Matty Mosley is going to start us.
Oh, we didn't have a ball up first ball, but it's out onto centre wing. And he's tapping it forward with a lot of Heyfield players around him. We've got a free kick going to TTU. Kicks to the coach, to Jack Brown. Plays on in a dangerous area. Kicks well, though, but they are off with a turnover. And marks to Bennett.
Ooh.
Bennett kicks wide to the boundary and we'll have a throw in.
So the ball's in centre wing position, right in front of the Sports Stream Live commentary box. In fact, it's
deliberate.
It's deliberate. Now,
Yeah.
we did speak to the umpires, Shane Garvey and Harry Davis, about this rule. It's not insufficient intent in North Gippsland. It is most definitely deliberate, so it has to be deliberate. Hourigan wants the ball on the transfer side. Goes long. Nice kick. Looks for Kilgour. collects it. Then he'll go up the wing towards the outer side. That is a beautiful kick, and he's found Sam Curtin. He's enjoyed a fantastic season for the Bombers. Curtin now up towards half forward.
Oh.
There he is, Willaton. What a play. Every time we call TTU, this boy is damaging. Goes inside. That's not a damaging kick. Heyfield collected. It's still in there, deep in their defensive half, and they'll rush the behind. This time that's gone through from the big ruckman in Sean Humphreys. So that's the first score on the board, and it's a behind to the Bombers. Early stages of the first quarter. So they're setting up. Looks like he'll go long. Gets it outside. Looks for the ruckman. Humphreys gets out the back to Brawns. He feeds it back. Jacobson. That's Mick Jacobson on the left foot. High ball inside 50. Good use of the body by the defender there. I think that's Bennett. They'll go short. Find Will Kelly. Still in their defensive half, and Will Kelly will get them out of that area now.
Will Kelly looks to go long, centre wing. Kicks back to Bennett and marks. Doesn't have a lot to kick to.
Close to the man on the mark.
Yeah, he's a beautiful left foot kick. Goes short and marks to McMillan.
Go, it's required distance.
I
isn't
don't
it?
think so. Looks in but kicks long, and it's a mongrel kick straight down the throat of the coach of Jack Brown.
Geez, he's got to do that all day, Matty, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he does. Looks inside and comes across. Marks. Oh, Lee Brown nearly gives away 50 metres. They're using the ground well so far, TTU. And he kicks long. And then he looks for Waddell, and it goes out of bounds. Centre wing on the other side of the ground. What a beautiful day it is, Brad.
It is fantastic. That was first kick for the 200 gamer, Guy Sinclair, and he's found the boundary line. I'm on pie number 103. It's a boundary umpire, brings it back into play. Brawns does battle with Humphreys. He wins the tap, the Bomber. Gets it to the front. Already Curtin getting a lot of the footy. They go high towards centre half forward. Gets that over the back. Well defended. Again, Bennett had a fair bit of it. The Kangaroos in these early stages. It's gone 4 minutes. They're going to get inside 50 with a long ball this time, looking for Brown. And that's what he's got to do, and that's what he's done twice
He will
already,
do it all
the
day.
coach.
He will do it all day.
Puts his body on the line. Jack Brown in front of his opposition coach. He feeds it back. He's had a fair bit of it already, Hourigan. Again, just control it. Out of side. Still in their defensive half. Sinclair, short. Oh, gee, that's a poor kick. He was looking for Goddard, but he's turned it over. The Kangaroos will bring this back inside 50.
Oh,
Brown just too strong on that
jeez.
occasion.
So big and strong.
Very
what can you
strong.
do?
Just get out of me way,
Yeah.
he said. He takes the mark, and you can put this one in your book straight away here. Oh, yes, I was only joking, Matty. If he misses this, you get the liquid paper out.
Yes.
So Lee Brown, 2010 Collingwood Premiership player. Heyfield coach, no mistake whatsoever, and he's got his first, the coach. And the Kangaroos go on to 1 straight 6. They lead TTU 1 behind. That's on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard.
What a great start from for Heyfield. They needed it playing away, and the coach really delivers early.
Yes. Bad turnover.
Yeah, it was.
Does
Does the week affect having the week off, you think? Bit of a slow start?
Yeah, it can happen for both. Yeah, it's hit and miss, I suppose, isn't it? Big Humphreys back in the ruck here, Matty.
Yep. Humphreys and Brawns into the ruck. Bennett again. Absolutely started sensationally. Bennett kicks it forward. Well trapped by Mickey. Oh, and the pressure from Heyfield has been first class in the first 5 minutes.
That was a great tackle of
It
Finn
was.
Stevenson, wasn't it?
It was. They're really on Heyfield. Back in the ruck. And it's a scrappy, and we'll have another ball up.
He looks a likely type. McMillan, this is the first time we've seen Heyfield.
Yeah.
He looks very much a Hayden Willaton type, wearing the same number too.
Yes, slow start for Hayden Willaton too. Kicks into the forward 50. Mickey tries to, but Gets spoiled. Oh, Kilgour. Just rush it over. Nope, we'll have a ball up. Right on the boundary line, deep in Heyfield's forward pocket. With Lee Brown going up in the ruck. And there's a free kick from Lee Brown. That will go to Jacobson. Who's a super player too, isn't he, Brad?
He is. So Mick Jacobson sends it up towards the back flank. Comes out to James Jacobson. They go up towards the wing. There's Willaton.
Here he is.
Takes the mark in front of the ruckman for Heyfield in Humphreys. Streams around onto his right foot. But, gee, that's good body use by Van der Swart for Heyfield. You'll transfer play out of side of the ground onto the wing. They're away, the Kangaroos. They look like they've got control of this game at the moment,
Yeah,
early
they
stages.
do. On their terms.
1-2. They'll go deep. And there is McMillan all on his own at centre half forward. Quick hands off to Bennett, who's had a heap of it. On the left foot from 45. Straight through the middle, Kangaroos.
Is your contender for goal of the day, Brad? That's a
What
goal.
a start. The Finch Cafe goal of the day. No doubt about that. As you'll see here, the transfer of play. Good 1-2. They don't turn the footy over. They're nice and clean. McMillan on his own. Someone should have been there. Then he didn't muck around. Gives it away quick. Makes them defend early. You can't defend that, Matty Mosley.
Nah, what a thumping kick that was. And I said to you during the week, watch for this Mitch Bennett. He's a very, very good footballer. And if you don't give him the respect, he will give you a lot of damage on the scoreboard.
You did too. 2 straight 12, Heyfield. TTU, 1 behind. 8 minutes gone. First quarter, that's on your Hurricane High scoreboard.
We're back in the middle. Goes out, pushing forward to Heyfield. And it looks like we'll have another ball up just inside the centre square on Heyfield's side. Brawns goes up. Probably an even contest there. And we've got another ball up. Probably on the 50-metre line. Heading Heyfield's way. Ball goes up. Brawns again. Kick smothered and they're out. TTU out of defence. Ooh, looks like a free kick, but no. Play on, says the umpire. And we'll have another ball up. Probably about 75 metres from the TTU goal. Ball is up. Brawns again. And it looks like a sling tackle there, but umpire said play on. And it's very scrappy on the far side. But the umpire's given a free kick going to TTU. And it looks like Richards. Only a short kick. But he goes close to Woodall, and it looks like it's going to go out. But no, Heyfield.
Oh, turnover. Turned over. The Bombers get a flying shot at goal. Missed to the right. So takes them on to 2 behinds. Tell you the one I'm really noticing out there with the flowing red flocks and wearing the 99. Isaac Wheeler for Heyfield. 99!
Special players wear 99, don't they?
The big flowing red flocks with the headband. He's standing out at the moment. So it's 10-point lead to the Kangaroos. 10 minutes into the first quarter. Brawns comes off his hands, gets to the front of the pack. Oh, I thought he might have collected whole high. McMillan's had a lot of it. Feeds it off. They'll go short. Oh, good hands. Safe hands from Lineker. Centre wing position right in front of the Sports Stream live scoreboard. Coach's box. How about the broadcast box? Gives it off to Stevenson. Goes up towards half forward. Can't take the mark. Good tackle. Sling tackle, umpire Davis says. So free kick goes to Liam Mitchie. Goes into the middle. Drop ball from, uncharacteristically, from Mick Jacobson. Gives it to Willaton. Fed it off looking for Caleb Mitchie, but they've turned it over. Such is the pressure from the Kangaroos. Inside 50. Sinclair in his 200th. Comes out. Fumbles. He's met by Eastham. High free kick. Bombers ball. He's been good for the Bombers early, Hourigan. 11 minutes into this first quarter. It's the big BP Traralgon East match of the round in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League here at TTU. Top placed Bombers up against the Kangaroos, and they trail by 10 points. They go inside. Brawns takes the mark. He's about 50 out far boundary.
He's directing traffic, Brawns. He's pushed forward now, so they've had the first change in the rucks for TTU. Well, he's going to go back and have a shot. Very, very tough kick. Oh, he's kicked short. Oh! And he's parked. Is that Moy? Or is it Duncan? Cade Duncan. Only about 35 metres out on a slight angle, and they do need it because Heyfield has sort of dominated play in the first sort of 10 minutes of this game. Their pressure's been very, very good.
It has, and I'll tell you what, he conned everyone, Brawns, and I thought he was having a shot.
So
like
did I,
you.
yeah.
I reckon everyone in the ground did. He's laid this off. Oh, he's a balanced kick, isn't he, Duncan?
Yeah, it looks lovely.
It's the first look I've had of him this year, Cade Duncan. And that was a beautifully balanced kick. And there's their first for the day, the Bombers. They go into 1-2-8. They trail Heyfield 2 straight 12. Gone 12 and a half minutes first quarter. That's on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard. It's BP Traralgon East match of the round for AGL Loyang North Gippsland. What are you seeing, Matty? What do you think?
Well, I think probably the first 10 minutes has been dominated by Heyfield, really. It's only the last sort of minute or two that you thought, oh, they're starting to settle now, TTU. So it's back up to Heyfield to keep that pressure going.
You made mention in the pre-game off-air that Heyfield looked very big. Their midfield, Will Kelly's a ruckman in a lot of clubs.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's a big midfielder, and he's on Hayden Willaton, giving away a lot.
Yeah.
Ball comes out. Here's a chance for the Bombers, or just overrunning it on that occasion was Caleb Mitchie. There is Kelly for the Kangaroos. He's all wrapped up. We're going to bounce down in the middle.
Great size.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
The real Paddy Cripps type midfield.
Yep. Socks up too.
Back in the middle. Humphries gets a tap. Jacobson does the sharking. No, right foot check side, inside 50. Good harassment from the back from Wheeler. And we'll get a stoppage. 50 around from the TTU goal. 13 and a half gone. They trail by 4 points, the Bombers. The umpire, Davis, sends it into the air. Humphries wins a tap. Nice to Kelly on the right foot. Goes up towards the wing where Goddard's in front for the Bombers. Gets it back. Good tackle from Tyson Graham. Kelly's there. Tapped away from him by Aliotta. And Aliotta lays the tackle. And that time it was Lineker. The umpire will bounce it down right in front of the Sportstream Live broadcast box on the centre wing. Humphrey double tapped her. Sharked away for the Bombers by Caleb Mitchie. Gets a hurried ball on the left foot inside. There's Willaton at the front. Is he taken high? The old Jack Ginnivan lifting of the shoulder to get the high free kick, and he gets it. Willaton now runs around, plays on, goes to 50. High ball. Not going to get the distance. It's a 1-on-4 with Waddell. Gets out of the back of him. Sam Curtin's there. He can't take it. Did he have it when he was tackled? Umpire said yes. Kangaroos. Mop up, smothered. Well done. Right foot snap. Denovan gets his first for the day. That's his 34th for the season, the young fella in his first senior year. And he puts the Bombers in front, 2-2-14. Look at that. Great smother, then hands off. And Denovan right up to it. 2-2-14 the Bombers. Heyfield 2 straight 12. 15 gone. That is on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard.
Geez, you wouldn't have thought that they're in front already. It took 3 minutes for them to turn the game around, and they've banged on a couple of quick goals.
Pressure from both sides have been really good, Matty.
It has. They've been very, very good. And it's Mickey and Humphries going back up in the ruck. We haven't seen Mickey in the ruck very much either.
No. Caleb Mickey, not at all.
Young fella Caleb. And you can tell by his inexperience there. And it looks like we're going to have another ball up as per usual, Brad.
It's the biggest stat in the competition at the moment. Stoppage after stoppage.
Yes. So it's McMillan and Mickey go up. Humphrey gets it, and they move forward yet again down Heyfield's end with a big punch. Moves across the centre wing. Mickey and Hayden Willaton is out. Has one bounce, and very, very smart football from Hayden Willaton. Just very, very composed.
You got to tighten up on Sam Curtin, you think,
And
Matty?
definitely. We've seen Sam a few times and he gets off the leash. But how many players do you have to tighten up on with TTU? There's so many of them.
That's right. That's right. Some say they're a fair bit ahead of anyone else in the competition.
Yeah. Beautiful slow walk in from Sam Curtin. Well balanced. And kicks across. Oh, misses the lot. That's my first one, Brad.
I was just about to say, it's happened in the first quarter of your first call.
Yep.
You wrap a bloke up, and he sits it on the full.
He's normally such a beautiful kick.
So Kai Hole will bring the ball back into play for the Kangaroos. He finds Kelly in that outer side back pocket for the Kangaroos. They trail by 2 points, 17 minutes gone. First quarter in the BP Traralgon East match of the round. The AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League as Brawns chops that off in front of McMillan, who's been lively for the Roos. Don't forget, we've got the Crown Hotel Player of the Day after the game today, and the Finch Cafe Goal of the Day right now. Denovan might lead that. And the mark of the day, thanks to TRFM, as Brawns wins the tap. Again, we'll get that stoppage after stoppage. So BP Traralgon East match of the round today, Matty. I dropped in there during the week.
Did you?
Got me some petrol and a big chunky Kit Kat.
Did you see Mr. Garrett there?
No, he doesn't go to work. He owns the joint.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm only joking. No, I didn't see him there. No, I didn't. He'd be probably on the farm.
Yeah.
Brendan, he's a busy man. So, a lot of players around this. Going to be hard to get that out. Humphreys has a crack at it. No, in fact, that
Always going to give
was
something.
Jack
kid, no?
Christian. And Jack Christian is the grandson of Peter Stevens, the old doc, who's we spoke to today. Gippy Power doctor back in the day when they first formed. Heyfield, and they're away on the left foot. Shot it, goal.
Loves
And
it.
look at that. The Bombers are up and about, and this time it's through Flint
Shields.
Shields. He gets his 14th for the year. He's kicked 14 from the midfield this year. Very, very handy when you've got a midfielder popping up with those sort of goals. We're only in round 9. To have 14 goals is very handy as a midfielder. And they got a few of them.
They do.
You've got Mick Jacobson, and some might say he's only kicked 7. He's kicked 7. Midfielders, you got a ruckman in Brawns. He's kicked 10.
Yep.
So
They're not high scores, but they're all,
That's it.
between 7 and, say, 14, 15. It all adds up.
You get a guy like Donovan who's averaging 4 a game. Then you've got midfielders kicking 1 and 2s and sometimes 3s.
Yep.
Well, they're very hard to stop. 3-2-20 the Bombers. Heyfield 2 straight 12. 19 gone on the Hurricane Higher scoreboard. First quarter comes out to the wing. Savage is there. Wins it, feeds it off. Aliotta onto the left foot. Nice kick. Gets it out to space where the Bombers can run onto, and they do so this time through Waddell. Oh, nice tap on that time from Denovan. Comes out to Curtin. He's ridden into the ground.
And he's got the free.
And umpire Harry Davis right on the mark. So, Sammy Curtin. They started slow, TTU, but they've kicked into third gear now, Matty.
Yeah, they've kicked, well, arguably nearly, if they gets this one, Sam Curtin, that's going to be 4 goals in the space of 7 minutes.
So Sam Curtin, he let you down earlier, kicked that one on the full,
Make it up to me.
and he's done it again. He's just going to scrape that in from behind.
Just.
Oh. Normally a very good kick, isn't he?
He is.
Now, I see your man, Mitch Bennett, does the kicking in duties.
Yep.
Very fit man. He gets up around the ground. He's been everywhere.
Yep.
And he's a beautiful kick, so I
Yeah,
can see
that
why he's
foot-
got the kicking in
Yeah.
duties. The left footer, and he looks very classy. He goes short, finds Tyson Graham, takes the mark in front of Savage. Still in their back pockets. They do like to go short, coming in from defence, the Kangaroos. He hasn't got a lot to go to. He sits it up for McMillan. Aliotta's at the back. It comes to James Jacobson. Feeds it off to his brother Mick. Hurry kick. Punched on from Aliotta. Brawns does well. Gives it off to James Jacobson. High ball and inside out. Helicopter. Good mark. And this time it's Tyson Graham for the Kangaroos.
Tyson Graham deep in defence for Heyfield. He'll look to go down the line, and he does. Kicks long. Oh, that looked like a push to me, Brad, but the umpire says no. That's a mark.
He's looked lively, Stevenson, as well.
He has. Goes to Jacobson. Jacobson dances around. Very composed and goes to Mickey. Mickey looks inside and says no. Kicks long down the line. Great punch from behind. Flips him over and we'll have a ball up.
That's an old World Championship wrestling flip.
Yes, I don't think Savage liked it. Ooh. Umpire said play on. Smothered. Little push there from Brawns. Kick. Handballs to Jacobson. He can kick this, Jacobson.
Oh.
Touched.
Would have been the Finch Cafe goal of the day.
Very classy, isn't he? And we'll have Mitch Bennett do the kicking duties yet again. Very, very experienced footballer here, Mitch Bennett.
Where did you say he played?
Played a lot of footy at Mafra.
Mafra.
Yeah. Kicked a lot of goals at Mafra.
So he goes to the outer side with a long ball. It gets out the back. Caleb Mitchie can't pick it up and comes off his hands and trickles out over the boundary line. Right in front of one of the nicest coffees I've ever had in my life this morning at that caravan there. The 51 you can see. Don't worry about that.
Hazelnut latte for you, Brad? Or?
No, that's for you. Don't start on that. I'm from Clayton. I'm not from bloody Toorak like you. Bloody hazelnut bloody lattes. That's what you text me on the way here. They better have hazelnut lattes. So go and ask them. I'll put my dress on.
Don't knock them till you try them.
Have a boundary throw in outer side. Gets that out the back. Through the hands. Beautifully done by Savage on that occasion. Kicks it around the corner. Bouncing ball. Denifin uses the strength but can't get clear. Hurry kick out. It's going to go on the full by the looks of that. It has. And look at them sprint to that because they all want to kick the goal.
Hayden Willaton wanted that and then he's like, oh.
He's pulled up and he's... Oh,
it's Fraser Brawns,
yeah,
I think.
It is. And the big fella gets a shot there and a good look at it from a right footer. And if there's anywhere on the ground on the boundary, it's probably the spot you want to kick it, Matty.
Yeah,
have a go at it.
I don't reckon it's a deep pocket.
No, it's not.
It's quite shallow.
So it's not going with around the corner though, which is interesting.
So it looks like it probably, if it's going to go to the right goalpost. So Heyfield needed to set up on the right-hand side of the goalpost.
Doesn't improve the angle, so he just kicks straight through it, but fades to the right. And another behind for the TTU side. That's quite interesting that he didn't go with that kick round the corner that they seem to these days.
Doesn't always work.
Should have heard Jason Dunstall about it last night. I can't remember who it was. Someone was right in front of goal trying it, and he missed it. And did Jason Dunstall give it to him? And why wouldn't you? I mean, Jason Dunstall, one of the best kicks for goal you've ever seen.
Yeah, he's a beautiful kick, wasn't he?
Never kicked around the corner, Jace. So it'll be Bennett again. Bring it in for the Kangaroos. We're 24.5 gone. They trail by 11 points. Front on contact there against the Bombers. It'll go to the Kangaroos and it'll be Vanderswart to take the free kick. So a slow start for the Bombers, but they've come back into it now, and Vanderswart goes up to the outer side. It gets through Stevenson, out the back. Yeah, Brawns had hold of the jumper there of Burton, so Burton will get the free kick. Outer wing position. In front of the supporters on the deck there. Past players day today and a couple of netball reunion premierships. They go inside with a beautiful spearing kick and just made it really easy. Is that Eastham? It's taken that mark. It is.
Yep.
Quickly plays on onto the right foot. Looks for Brown. Done really well on that occasion. Did Sinclair. Short to Mick Jacobson. Going to go for a long ball here, looking for Caleb Mitchie. Holds the front spot. Comes off the hands. Trickles out over the boundary line. Or the boundary throw in, right in front of the Sports Stream broadcast box. Sunbeaming down at the Tyers Rec Reserve. What a beautiful day and what a beautiful year we've had. I just cannot believe it. The only nasty day we had was the King's birthday weekend where we didn't have any footy. Which is a great idea, as Mickey gives it off to Eliota, in turn onto Jacobson, onto the non-preferred right. Goddard hit him on the chest and bounced off, wins it, adds time, comes back, sits it up high. Watch out for Willaton coming from the front. No, decides to get out the back. Twite Handball on the outside. Kelly swung around in the tackle. Comes back to that man in Twite. Feeds it off. Nice tap on from Aliotta. Players calling for the ball. Umpire having no part of that. Hard to get clear. Just Kelly, taken by the leg, not paid. Gets the hands out though. Geez, the pressure's good. Jacobson lays a great smother. Ball spills free. Not kept in. We'll have a boundary throw in as Savage takes it out over the line. We've gone 27 minutes nearly, and it's 11 points to the Bombers.
Yes, we're just going into red time, so the players would want to be aware as we have a boundary throw in. Brawns gets the tap. Goes for Jacobson on that favoured left side. Brawns rushes it over, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 55 out from TTU's goal, with Brawns going back up in the ruck with Humphries. No one competed in the ruck there. Had to bounce first. Shields was a Curtin. Heyfield get it away, but it's not with the TTU defence behind the ball. Ball bounces. Oh, great punch forward. And we're going to have a ball up just near the centre circle. 28 minutes gone in the first quarter. Brawns gets the tap. Punch forward. Oh, well done there by Weller.
So the Kangaroos, they'll go into the middle now with precise kicking. Find Tyson Graham. He wants to play on. He does. Feeds the handball over the top. It's Bennett onto the left foot, up towards half forward. Eastham can't take it. It's Tratt. Comes back out on the outside to Quinn Sinclair. He feeds it off. Aliotta's there. He's had a lively first quarter for the Bombers. Hurry kick into the middle of the ground. It's a 3-on-1, all Kangaroos, but a great tackle from Caleb Mitchie. Just wraps up the big ruckman in Humphries.
I've noticed with Mickey that he's playing deep at the start of the season. Now they've pushed him into the ruck.
Yeah.
Just to get him a bit more involved.
So he wins that tap. Toe poked. Oh, going in through there was Savage really hard. Gets up towards half forward. Bouncing ball. Falling over. Is the umpire going to pay this as holding the ball? No. Spills free. Kelly wants his left foot. Ends up handballing it to the ruckman. Dives to the ground. Can't take it cleanly. Turn it over. There's Mickey. Gives it off to Jacobson. That's Mick. Just a tumbling punt along the ground. Looking for Willaton. Wheeler's there. He can't take it. His teammate Ken Sunderman. But that is quarter time. And TTU 3-5-23. They lead Heyfield 2 straight 12. And that is on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard in the BP Traralgon East match of the round for AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League. And we'll be right back here at the Tyers United Reserve, and it's the Bombers by 11 points.
Traralgon East. Day or night from fuel to a feast. BP Traralgon East. From a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast. BP Traralgon East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.
Welcome back to the Tyers Rec Reserve, and it is quarter time here with the top side TTU 3-5-23, lead by 11 points over the third placed Heyfield, 2 straight 12. It's the BP Traralgon East match of the round in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League, and a good first quarter to get us underway. Now, Matty, you got to round the ground scores for us.
Yeah, I do. We don't have any scores for the Woodside-Cowar game at this stage, but we have Rosedale 4-2-26 to Gormandale 1-1-7. Yarram, a solitary point to Yallourn North 3-1-19, and we still don't have anything for the Churchill and Sales City game as yet.
That's a little bit disappointing, so
Yes.
hopefully they can get their act together and we'll get some around-the-ground scores as we go. So I'll go through the goal kickers. For TTU, Flynn Shields has 1, Riley Denovan 1, and Cade Duncan 1. And for Heyfield, Lee Brown got the first goal of the game, and Mitch Bennett has 1 right now.
Great goal too.
It was. They're the two for me. Riley Denovan and Mitch Bennett would be leading the Finch Cafe goal of the day. Probably haven't had a TRFM mark of the day as yet.
If there was one, I'd say Lee Brown, but he did it so easy.
Yes, no, you're right. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, no, that would be the early house leading. How about we go clubhouse? Early clubhouse leader for the TRFM mark of the day would be Lee Brown. And right now, I've just got a sneaking suspicion for the Crown Hotel player of the day. The leader might be that man in the side that's down by 11 points, Mitch Bennett.
Yeah, what a super first quarter he had.
Yeah.
He does it all. Does the kick-ins and he's kicking goals. He's got a super left foot.
He has.
Do we do anything about it if you're TTU, or you just sort of go about your system?
If they started to get on top and they were in front, you'd probably look at it. But right now, then they've got to look at, say, okay, we've got Jacobson, Aliotti's been good.
You're back with what you have.
Yeah, exactly. Willaton started to get a bit of it later in that quarter. Will Kelly's the other one for Heyfield I like the looks of in the number 1 Guernsey, a big midfielder, and I do like a big midfielder because I just reckon the power around the ball.
Yeah.
We get so many stoppages in this competition of footy. A big powered midfielder's handy.
Like you say, he's a big Patrick Cripps type player.
Yeah, and you could see him in the ruck at any stage too.
Yep.
So, ball back in the middle. We're going to get underway for this second quarter, and it's going to be Brawns and Humphreys again. Brawns jumps early, and Humphreys gets it on the way down. Quick hands out from Sam Curtin, who's also been good. Gets it out towards Shields. He can't take it. Wheeler feeds it out the back accidentally in the end to Burton. He gets a right foot kick out towards the wing, and it beats Mick Jacobson out over the line. You can see some smoke billowing out over there just to the right, or where the ball is on the deck. They've got the fires going. Look at that.
It looks great, but as a player, you can't breathe.
Yes, it does look good, but it just reminds me of the country footy. I love country footy with the fires going. In it comes. Humphreys holds a front spot, gets the tap towards the ground, it gets out towards the boundary again and beats Mitch Bennett out over the line. So we've got the big past players day here at Yallourn. Geez, Cole.
He won't be happy with that.
He won't be happy with that. I'm calling him that. He doesn't like that. It's a TTU's past players day. They're going to hurry kick up towards the half forward line. Coming out was Kyle Graham, he couldn't collect it. Ball spills free and trickles out over the bench boundary line. So we haven't seen Kyle Graham touch it yet, I don't think.
No. He's had such a good start to the season.
Yeah. Yes, that's interesting. Comes back into play. Brawns from behind. Gets the tap. Hurried ball. Bennett. High ball. Into 50. Stevenson can't mark it. Sinclair feeds it off to the outside to Hurrigan, who gets to his coach in Brown. Wants the wing to Goddard. Beautiful kick. Great mark. It wasn't Brown, actually. Sinclair. Now they're going short. They find Liam Mitchie. He has a player short again in Sam Curtin, who's
getting busy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's playing on Bennett. I'll try to keep my eye on that. They're playing wide of each other. They're both playing well.
Yep.
So be interested to see how that goes. Ball spills free. Quick hands from Pat Moore. He's tackled. Gets it away, though. Kangaroos turned it over. Aliotta takes the mark in the middle for the Bombers.
Gets onto that left foot. Swooping left foot. Great spoil there. And it comes through with, is it Jacobson there? And we're going to have, it trickles out. Pressure is on here for Heyfield to get the ball outside of the 50, and they don't. And the pressure is on.
Oh,
and
right into the open
it was
goal.
Flynn Shields again, and the pressure was just sensational.
Unbelievable,
Just
isn't
bopping around.
They're never out of it, the Bombers, are they?
As we see on the replay, it was just bopping in and out.
So TTU 4-5-29 lead Heyfield 2 straight 12. That's just under 3 minutes into the second quarter on the Hurricane Hire scoreboard. There's a fire you can see there, Matty.
Yes.
Out to the right. Geez, your clothes must stink when you get home.
You probably had 10 stubbies in the smoke. The wife would be stoked, wouldn't she?
Oh, and you probably had 40 puffs of a normal cigarette as well, so you got that on you as well.
Yep.
So, as I said, 13 goals from the midfielder this year, Flynn Shields. He now has 2 to take him to 15.
Yep.
So, you're seeing a midfielder with 15 goals into round 9.
Yeah.
And still counting round 9.
Could be a 30-goal year.
Yeah, they're very handy when you've got players like that. So, back into play. Comes out the back. Humphries can't take it. Goddard does. Does well. Aliotta's been really busy. Gets onto the left foot. Lowers his eyes. Hits up Curtin. Gives it off to Jacobson on the right from 50. Not going to get there. Kangaroos defend. So he hasn't got much to go to.
No.
Because they've pushed up the Bombers. Goes out towards Bennett in a 1-on-2. Goddard takes the mark. Goddard now squares it up. I thought it was. I was going to say a beautiful ball to Brawns, but was chopped off in the end. Curtin onto the right foot. Has Willaton. Just nudges his opponent in hole under the ball. Goes back in after it. Doesn't keep it in. We'll have a boundary throw in right forward pocket for the Bombers.
Let's see if the pressure keeps going on for the Bombers. With a boundary throw in here. Deep into TTU's forward pocket. Oh, and it was a dead ball. Play on. And we're going to have a boundary. A ball. No, it comes out. And they're setting up really well here, TTU, with Brawns. Just on the 50-metre arc. Now, he did before. Looked like he was going to go for goal, but he did a nice little pass.
He's done it again.
And he's done it again. Oh, and a great mark.
Geez, that was a good leap, wasn't it?
It was. But it was the kick. He's done it twice now.
Just the strength. Waddell looks really strong.
Moving well for a 35-year-old.
He is, and we were told about him, and we did speak about that in Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes barbecue.
Come across from Woodside.
Yeah, that he come across from Woodside and fell in their lap.
Yep.
He looks a likely type.
Steadies in nicely.
Oh.
The umpire says no. Went over the post and one behind. 4-6-30 to Heyfield, 2 goals straight with Bennett to kick in with the kick-in duties.
That's on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard. It's a BP Traralgon East match of the round for the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League. Bennett, bring it in, raking left foot, looking for Brown, who's come up the ground. Sinclair nudged him underneath it, comes out the back to Brawns onto the left foot, just sits it up, bounces right in the gullet. Was it Aliotta? Feeds his handball onto the outside, back to Guy Sinclair. And he's eyes down, lowered up, and he's hit Willaton, and he'll kick from 50. I don't reckon he's got the distance in him here.
He'll tell you otherwise.
Yes, Jack Brown does mention that a bit, you know. Oh, look at that kick! Absolutely beautiful, and that's, you don't have to kick from 50. We can lace out.
If you get pass of the day, that was it.
And Brawns, who's kicked 10 himself in the ruck, and I know I'm sounding
really
like
good.
a broken record here,
That
but
is really good.
You don't just rely on your key forwards, and some said, Denovan only got 5 last week. Well, 5's a fair in itself. He's got 1 now, and Brawns comes in for his first, and he's got 1.
He likes it. I did think he towed that ball, though. Didn't go very high at all. But it was straight and high enough to go through.
When you got your goal-kicking midfielders,
Well, it's
it
the
helps.
midfield that's scoring
Yes.
at the moment.
Now just watch this kick again here. Absolutely, just pulled it across his body. Very Brian Myers from Geelong.
It was.
That
And
was.
if you actually see we won't see it again with the replay, but Willaton said, come to me.
Yeah. So TTU 5-6-36. They lead Heyfield 2 straight 12. 7.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. That's on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard. It's the BP Traralgon East match of the round in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League.
Oh, and Mickey goes up. Heyfield dropped the footy. Goes to Jacobson. Turns around to that trusty left foot, gets the handball. And they are queuing up from the back line, and they kick short to centre wing.
Oh.
Went to grab the footy and didn't take it, and it's turned over. But couldn't control it. Was Wheeler, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, that was Hourigan coming off that half back. If that kick had stuck to Cade Duncan, they were away, and
Yep.
they're classy, aren't they, coming out from the midfield using their backs?
So many options for them. Kicks into their forward 50 with Jack Brown just lining up with a big punch. Goes to Brown. Brown on the left foot. Will he get the bounce?
Oh!
And just walks it back over with Brown nearly getting that on the left snap. Just 1 behind. TTU 5-6-36 to Heyfield 2-1-13. Sinclair. Gives the handball. Kicks it into the centre of the ground. And we've got a free kick here going to TTU. And that is Twite. And it's given enough time for Heyfield to get back and block all the holes in TTU's forward 50.
So Twite, the young fella, long ball, good kick, looking for Denovan. Might have copped one there in the nether regions.
There's another one down too for Heyfield.
Comes out to Willaton, gets it onto the right foot quickly. Just nudged under the footy. The Kangaroos, they'll get a free kick here for holding and a 50, I would imagine. Not paying the 50 umpire Shane Garvey.
No.
So giving him the benefit of the doubt. So the Bombers right on top now. They lead by 23 points. So they come out towards the outer side. Right underneath the boys there on the top of the container. They look like they're in for a big day
That's
too.
a great setup there.
Could be very dangerous up there after a skinful. They go up the wing. High ball. Out over the back was Brooks. Gets his fist on it. That was Graham. Couldn't take it cleanly. Then he lays the tackle.
Just see Jack Brown. Oh, I thought he was going to Mitch Bennett, but he sort of threw it away. I'm not taking him.
Spills free. Eastham gets his handball out. Another big tackle from Brooks. Outer side of the ground, centre wing position. 10.5 into this second quarter. 23-point lead to the reigning premier. The reigning premier, Woodside won the reigning premier from 2 years ago, Traralgon Tyers United.
Well, Tyers lose 2 games all year.
Yes, both to Woodside.
Yeah.
So it comes back into play. Off Brooks's fist from behind. Umpire wraps him up and says, we'll do this again. very congested time after time now, and that's going to make it very hard for the Kangaroos to score. Question for you without notice, Matty.
Yep.
Would Lee Brown look at moving higher up the ground?
I think it's time.
Yeah, probably too deep at the minute.
I know he's a bit older, but even just chuck himself in the ruck for 5 minutes, just bang and crash some bodies.
Geez, this boy's been good, Trent Hourigan, and his class with the foot coming out of this area. He's the one you want the hands and the ball off half back. Lowers his eyes and gives it up to Goddard. Twite runs up to make space behind him, which was really smart. He just gave the opportunity for Quinn Sinclair to run into that spot. Gets out over the back. Willaton taps it forward. McMillan mops up for the Kangaroos. Goes into the middle. Comes out through from Dinsdale. Feeds it off to Brooks. Goes up towards centre half forward. Guy Sinclair out in front of Brown. Gets out the back to the other Brown. That's Jack the coach. Onto the left foot. Outer side of the ground. Here go the Bombers.
Here we go.
Jacobson on this beautiful left foot. Lowers his eyes. Looks for Twite. Gets the bounce. Fumbles. Gets the handball out over the head that is common these days with the modern day footballer. Kangaroos mop up. Hurried a long high spiral. Into the middle of the ground. Stevenson gets out over the back. Good tackle from Liam Mitchie, but he gets out underneath it, Stevenson. Goes in towards
Oh, no.
their 50. Aliotta drops what he should have taken, but then mops up, then kicks it straight into the big hands of Lee Brown. Feeds it back. Eastham balances up. Right foot kick, and Jack Brown takes the mark.
The trusty Jack Brown in defence. Hasn't got a lot to kick to and goes short. Goes to Mickey. Gives the hands off to his brother, Caleb. And they are out. Hayden Willaton has an absolute paddock. And everyone wants the piece of the footy. But Willaton goes long. Goes forward. Goes the left snap. Oh. And his own teammate has touched it. It was going to go through as well. Kay Duncan with a beautiful snap too it was.
I'll tell you what, that would have been the leader in the Finch Cafe goal.
That was a good setup of play too from the back line.
So the Kangaroos will bring the ball back into play. They want that outer back pocket just to go short and control the footy coming out. This is what they tend to do, and then really surf off the wave once they get to half back. Stevenson takes the mark out of half back flank. Nearly 14 minutes gone in the second quarter. 23-point lead still to the Bombers. Nice kick out the back, and this is rightly said, Manson give that off to Graham in the end, but Sinclair drops what he should have taken. Lee Brown, he's tackled by Brawns, just shrugs at the big man. Ends up out the back to Sinclair. Aliotta feeds it off to the outside. Now up towards the wing from the boot of James Jacobson. Twite might have done a finger on that outer side. He's going to run straight to the boundary.
Might have popped out.
Zach Kilgour. Haven't mentioned his name a lot.
Yeah, he's been quiet.
In this first half. Goes up towards half forward. Willaton just led his player under the ball. Mick Jacobson. Nice strong tackle from Hull. We'll get a bounce down. It's on the left half forward flank for the Bombers. Bit of a stagnant, stalemate game at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
This middle part of the second quarter. Comes out to Curtin. Gets it round onto the right foot. Denovan's the target. Comes out and meets it. Good pressure from behind. They go in after it again. They're laying across it. Umpire Shane Garvey comes in.
Umpiring's been good.
It has. So Garvey puts the ball into the air. McMillan is quickly wrapped up from Caleb Mitchie, and Shane Garvey will come in and do it all again.
He'll throw it up to about 35 metres from TTU's goal. Taps it forward, and McMillan gets the hands. Kicks long out of defence. And it looks like it's about to run over the boundary, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
So right in front of all the boys there and girls.
Fair crowd there now.
Up on the deck. Some will be inside watching the game on the live stream. As Curtin. Great hands, Denovan. Strong. He's got a strong pair of hands. He's an 18-year-old that looks 40.
Yep.
He's just got that look about him.
We won't go with 40. We'll go with 25. He looks very mature for his age, doesn't he?
He won't like that.
His hair's not receding yet.
Well, he's got some. I'll take any of it he's got. It's a Denovan, who is 34 for the season.
Already kicked one.
You'll have to kick this 40, so the distance won't be the problem. The accuracy is the one. As the little skip comes in from the sideways skip, lays back on it.
Likes it.
He's a beautiful kick for
Yeah.
goal, Riley Denovan.
Yep.
And he has got his second. And the Bombers go on to 6-6-42. And they lead Heyfield 2-1-13. We've gone nearly 17 minutes into this second quarter. That's on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard. Just a beautiful, beautiful kick.
They're such well balanced.
Yes. So,
Isn't it such to have a luxury of a young forward coming through your junior ranks?
yeah, the young forward has 35 goals. I don't know how many senior players in their first senior year would have kicked 50, but I'll tell you, he's going to kick 50 this year.
Yeah.
Curtin off the ground, out of side, bouncing ball. McMillan does well as he's met by Curtin, comes out towards Richards, off his hands, out of bounds, out of side. So we've gone just over 17 and a half, and it's blown out to a game-high 29-point lead. Matty Mosley
That is.
going to get tough now as Humphreys holds the front spot, gets it to ground. McMillan got a push, gets the free kick. Quickly plays on, right foot, beautiful kick to Lee Brown. He's a big man, isn't he?
Very, very big man.
Looking fit, looks great. Lowers his eyes, hits up the teammate there in Tyson Graham. So Tyson Graham towards the pocket, looks for Stevenson. And Stevenson holds the mark. He's only about 20 metres out, slide angle. Shouldn't have a problem from here, Finn Stevenson.
Definitely.
And I say it's badly needed, Matty, is an understatement.
Extremely needed for the Heyfield boys. Dominated the first 10 minutes of the first quarter, but after that, it's all been TTU.
They haven't kicked one.
They kicked two in the first 10 minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
so they haven't kicked one for a long time, and they still haven't. So 28-point lead, 19-minute mark, second quarter. Hurricane High scoreboard for BP Traralgon East. Match of the round, the AGL Loyang. North Gippsland Football Netball League Round 9 match of the round. Around the ground scores we'll take a look at very shortly. And there were some that didn't have a score, but I can tell you now the Woodside scores up. 8 straight.
Jeez.
48 to Cowar, 2-1-13. So they're going along the merry way today. The Cats, wobbly old kick inside. It's going to get out the back. Rawns is there. Oh, beautifully done from Aliotta. What a game he's had.
Look at them running waves.
Curtin Brawns. Look at this. Savage gives it over to Willaton.
Kick a goal.
Goes to 50.
Oh.
He's past that. Don't worry about
No,
it.
he did not.
He's past it. He's a little rover. He's past it.
He'll tell you he passed it, but he was going for goal there, Hayden Willaton.
Who's he hit up? I'm too
Moy.
busy looking at. Yeah, it is too. The young fella. Oh, he's the old fella.
He's
Pat
played
Moy.
on.
He's played on. Snap round the body. Misses to the
Oh.
right.
Which is a shame, because yet again, that was a great lead up from defence straight into the offensive side of the TTU side, and it was just great footy.
It was the play of the day, wasn't it?
It was really good to watch.
Well, we might get Hayden Willaton on the podcast during the week, and I'll ask him about that one. And say, Matty Mosley reckons you had a shot. I think you're right. So they'll bring it back into play, the Kangaroos. They want to go that out of side again. High ball. Stevenson comes across the front, can't take the mark. Comes out through Duncan. Did he take that?
I would have. It looked like a mark from here. Hit his back and he turned around and he grabbed it again.
The Bombers reckon he did. There's no argument from Kay Duncan, though, but he did look at Brawns and Humphreys. Humphreys wins the tap. Shark by Mick Jacobson. Kick round the corner towards Shields. Slips over. Wheeler's there for the Kangaroos. Twite Wrapped up McMillan. Ball goes out over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in. In between half forward and the forward pocket, left side, out of side. Just over 21 minutes gone in this second quarter. Don't forget in the halftime show, the work experience lad, Kyan Jenkins. He's going to tell us all about what's going on in the world of his podcasting and what we can expect from his on-the-ground reporting. After probably around round 11, I reckon we'll get him ready to go. Give him a couple of weeks to settle in. Then they go, the Bombers.
Oh, here we go.
Moy, just in front of Sunderman. Comes off the hands, left forward pocket, boundary throw in.
They're an impressive unit, TTU, aren't they? You just can't keep up with them all the time.
Yeah.
They break you.
We've seen them. This is the third time. This is the most impressive they've seen.
Oh, Mickey.
Mickey out of the ruck, left foot snap, misses. Yeah, they were impressive Woodside round 1, impressive round 3 Anzac night here against Rosedale. Game got called off just after half time for Lightning, but geez, they've looked more impressive than ever in this first half today.
Well, when we had them against Woodside, it felt like they were further in front.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
they just felt like they were dominating all day.
So again, Sunderman brings the ball back into play. Out of side. Going to ground with the footy there was Tyson Graham. He's all wrapped up. And we'll get a restart. Not too far away from half time. Brawns, backhander, out towards the boundary. Trickles out in front of Cade Duncan. Do it again. So other around the ground scores that I can tell you at the moment. Yarram's come back.
They have.
5-11-41, only
Ooh.
9 points down now. Yallourn North 8-2-50.
Ooh, the Vardy boys might be getting busy.
Interesting. Wouldn't be wind affected. There's no wind in Victoria today.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
You never know down the coast over the hill.
Oh, this is true. This is true. I'll tell you what's bad. Rocks into the windscreen. Got into one of them early this year. I've hit roos, rocks, everything. As Humphreys takes it out of the ruck. Handball just in front of him. He was looking for his teammate then in Manson. He couldn't take it. So it's at a real stalemate right now. It's a stoppage after boundary throw.
Feels like it's at a dead end up that end.
It is. So in it comes. Tap one by Jack Christian. Twite feeds off the old don't argue. Right foot check side. It's going to trickle out towards the boundary, but Kangaroos do well here. I'll mop this up. Out to Eastham. He's on the half-back flank. So Miller Eastham. Boy, just ran himself into a little bit of trouble. Ends up getting the leg towards Bennett. Hourigan does well. Gets to the ground level though. And Manson has a shot at goal. And again, another behind for the Kangaroos. And they just can't buy a goal. What did you say? 10-minute mark. They kicked their first 2 in the first.
Yep.
It's been a long time.
Dominated the first 10 minutes of that first quarter.
So that's 16 and 20. That's 40 minutes they've gone without a goal.
Yep.
Short to Aliotta. Loved his first
He's a
half.
lovely kick.
Hourigan looking for the 1-2, and he sold him up the river. And just goes short across to a teammate in Liam Mitchie. He's up the line towards Brawns. Holds a front spot. Bennett did well then. Just smart, wasn't it? Then gets it out onto the left foot. Not a great kick. Again, Liam Mitchie over the top to Hourigan. He turn off to Sam Curtin. Right foot up the line. They just can't do anything wrong, but they find Brawns.
Brawns. Just on the boundary line on the wing, centre wing. Been told to play on. Just pops it up to Goddard. I liked his first half too.
Yeah.
He's played really well on the wing there.
I don't think they've had a traveller at all.
No. Doesn't have a lot to kick to. Lee Brown just sitting back there for Heyfield.
Oh, he's put it to the
he's
wrong spot.
Kicked it straight down to Lee Brown, but he's dropped it. Kicks it. Could be... No.
Gee, Lee Brown hit Waddell really hard.
He did. Sutherland kicks back. Kicks across and kicks to Christian. Just chips it away. They've transferred play really well onto the other side of the ground. Let's see if they can keep moving it forward before TTU.
Oh, curtain high. Well, he didn't like it either.
No.
Don't blame him. I reckon that was Billy Lineker that laid that high tackle.
Yeah.
Gee, look out, you got Savage if you want to
Yeah.
really come across. So they go up the line, though.
Oh,
there's
there's
a 50.
50.
So this will bring him within distance, I reckon. He's just going to be outside 50. So Sam Curtin looks to lay it up. Looks for Brawns. Gets out over the back. Wheeler's there. He overruns it. Lee Brown. Oh, really good hands and well taken out the back that time. That was Vanderswart. They're still in trouble here. Brawns off the ground. Misses to the right.
Yeah, Lee Brown's gone probably the loose man in defence, been 27 minutes into the second quarter, and he'll do the kick-in duties here.
So Lee Brown, short. Oh, gee. Got there in the end to his teammate and Kelly. Looks for Humphreys.
On
Did
the
it
full.
stay in? It didn't. It's out of bounds on the full. Mick Jacobson on the wrong side for a left footer. Probably too far out anyway.
Doesn't matter what foot Mick Jacobs.
That's true. That is true. He's going to use
To
the
the
right.
right.
Good. And tap Brawns. Have
my
a look at that.
gosh.
Let's have a look at that again. And that's a very good call by you, Matty Mosley. Doesn't matter what foot he kicks with, and this is why.
Went on the
Uses
right.
a non-preferred. Had to get it over the head of a big man, so it had to be centimetre perfect, and it was.
It's so hard. He made it look so easy, and it's so hard to do what he just did.
So Fraser Brawns, he already has one this quarter. He's going to shoot for his second. Goal-kicking ruckman, there's no doubt about that, the big fella. He does a lot of work around the ground too. He's kept that one low as well, but
that hurts.
straight over the head of the umpire. And Brawns has his second. Now TTU going to go into half-time with the biggest lead of the day, 7-9-51. They lead Heyfield 2-3-15, 28 gone, second quarter on the Hurricane High scoreboard.
Yes.
Beautiful pass.
It just wasn't what Lee Brown needed just before halftime. He had an idea to sort of fill in the gaps, not let them score, and TTU have got a goal out of it right on halftime. And Lee Brown's still hanging down back as well, so he doesn't want them to score again.
No, that he doesn't. And it's
He's throwing his weight around.
36-point lead. Who, Lee Brown?
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely, as Humphreys wins a tap. Comes to the outside. It was Graham. Tyson. Comes out the back. Bennett, their best player at the moment, without doubt. Up towards half forward. Stevenson, is it? No. Eastham. Round the right, back to the left. Gets the handball away in the end and finds a teammate in Brooks, who gives it off to Kelly. Onto the right foot, non-preferred.
Oh, he's got it.
There he is.
That's a mark.
Now, this will go through post height. Lee Brown from 55. Good coaching. Good leadership. Going back and then goes up forward when he needs to. Gets onto the left foot. He didn't think he could make the distance, so he played on. And his counterpart coach, Jack Brown, has taken the mark in the defensive back pocket. Don't forget the halftime show. We'll be talking to Kyan Jenkins, who is taught by that man, Jack Brown. We go short to Caleb Mitchie. Still inside defensive 50, the Bombers. We'll find out the dirt on Jack Brown and whether Kyan Jenkins is going to pass his HSC or year 11, I think it is. No, year 12, sorry. It's not HSC this year anyway, Matty.
19,
Showing me age.
Maybe
They
1995.
call it something else now. Before me, they called it matric. Back in the day before then, but some of the old timers will love that. Matric, that'll bring back some memories. Half time here at Tyers Rec Reserve, where TTU 7-9-51. They hold a big lead here. And Heyfield 2-3-15. They could only manage 3 points that quarter.
Dominated by TTU.
Kangaroos, where they put on 4 goals for. So what we might do is take a quick break in the BP Traralgon East match of the round for AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League. It is Tyers by 36 points, 7-9-51, Heyfield 2-3-15. We'll be back here with all around the ground scores, goal kickers, better players, and the work experience lad, Kyan Jenkins.
BP Traralgon East. Day or night from fuel to a feast. BP Traralgon East. From a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast. BP Traralgon East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it, and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.
Welcome back to the Tyers Rec Reserve, where it is half time and TTU 7-9-51. Lead by 36 points over Heyfield 2-3-15. I've just demolished egg and lettuce sandwiches, so look out, boys, in the box. It should be a big afternoon now. We might be calling from outside. There's every chance. You got some around the ground scores before we introduce our work experience man.
I sure do. We have Woodside 11-470 to Cowar 3-3-21. Rosedale 9-7-61 to Gormandale 1-3-9. This is an interesting one, Brad. Yarram 5-11-41 to Yallourn North 8-2-50.
Oh.
And Churchill 4-4-28 to Sales City 7-11-53.
They've had 6 more shots at goal, Yarram, than Yallourn North.
Massive second quarter.
That's very interesting. And I know we've been, I don't know, people say critical. I don't like the word critical, but we've been pretty damning of Yarram.
Yep.
We've written them off by round 7 that they wouldn't play finals.
We have, but things change when the Vardy boys come into the side, and we've said that.
Yeah,
if you
that's
can get them consistently, everything changes.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. It is the Gippsland Landrover halftime show out here at the Tyers Rec Reserve, and it is now our very, very, very big pleasure to introduce our young work experience lad to the broadcast for the first time for 2025. It's a very warm welcome to Sports Stream Live, Kyan Jenkins.
Welcome, guys.
Oh, that's nice of you to welcome us. I'm very happy about that.
You can tell he has his own podcast.
He's got his own show. Now, Kyan, give us a rundown in, 30 seconds to a minute on the Kyan Jenkins story. Tell us all about yourself. You're a 17-year-old 17-year-old man from Trafalgar.
I had a passion for sport as a child always. Played soccer, played footy, basketball, even tried out at cricket. Then I was too much of a wuss, got it once and quit.
It only takes once.
Then I realised probably a couple of years ago I'm not cut out for sport. I'm too fat, so...
He's fat-shamed himself in the first 5 minutes.
The media side came to it, and then I've started my own TikTok page and podcast, and I've just slowly moved in there and then applied here, and you were kind enough to have me.
Give yourself a shout out. The TikTok page. What's it called?
AFL game previews on TikTok. I preview every game for the weekend, and I've got a couple of other ones about Collingwood's list, how good Matty Kennedy's been this year, and one about the All Australian so far. So, listeners, have a look. I'm sure you'll love it.
It's AFL game previews on TikTok. And what's the name of the Saints podcast?
The first episode of the podcast was with the Saints one. I just try and talk about as much sport as I can with different guests around the community. On the bench with Kyan.
On the bench with Kyan. That could be our, I'll tell you what, that could be our little, Matty, that could be the name of our little on the ground each week when he starts. That could be called On the Bench with Kyan.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, how's this? It's Kyan, Kyen, isn't it?
Yep.
Just for you people out there that are jotting that down, On the Bench with Kyan. Now, you go to Trafalgar High. I said earlier in the call, I call it HSC. I feel like I'm a really old man now. What do they call it these days?
VCE.
Oh, they've been calling that for about 20 years. What's wrong with me? VCE, how are you travelling at that at the moment?
Scraping by. It's no fun being there all day, but when you get to come out to the footy each week, it's not much better life than that.
Just if you want to work in the media, you can leave in grade 3 like me.
And me.
Grade 3 was the best 4 years of my life.
Yes, but school was the best time. You look back and school was great.
We joke about it, but it was good times, wasn't it?
It was.
What's your favourite subject, Kyan?
I'm a politics man. Politics and history, I do love them too.
Wow, that's too intelligent for me. Politics and history. Wow, you doing all right at it? It's good.
What do you like about the most about the politics since we've just had an election?
I just like...
you did say election, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Just looking in the behind the scenes of it all, how it all runs. Last year was about the nuclear submarine deal we had, so just a lot of behind the scenes into that, then writing up reports on it.
Wow.
And about media as well at the end of the year, so...
Mum and Dad, they run a business in Traff. What's that? Cool.
Jenkins Home Hardware in the main street. Their mum on the side also runs a cleaning business, Gippsland Cleaning and Maintenance.
Oh, he's got the side
That
hustle going.
Operates at the shop. They do very, very well with that. Very busy people, so
They do well.
Trafalgar High, how's that going? You like it?
it's ticking along. I've only got a few months left there. It's a good little, not a little school anymore. It's a big school now. Have a lot of people from a lot of different communities coming across. But
Lot come down from the valley, don't they? Off the train.
yeah, Traralgon, Morwell, Moe, Long Warrior even.
Wow.
You get people from everywhere.
It's incredible. Now, we've said in the call today that the senior coach of TTU, Jack Brown, is a teacher at Traff High. Tell us a little bit about him.
I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me. He's a ripping bloke. Very, very...
Well, it's not what you said off air, really.
very, very nice bloke. Takes time out of his day for anyone. Very busy man as well. But he keeps telling me all week that if it wasn't for that dodgy knee, he would be out in the AFL. I don't believe him on that. I definitely don't believe what he says about that. But no, tremendous bloke. Has time for anyone.
We've
does.
picked up on that,
Yeah,
haven't we?
he's a ripper,
Yeah.
an absolute ripper. He'll be over here because it's going to be very hard to. They're 36 points in front at half time. We usually get the winning coach, and I reckon he might be over here later this afternoon with Guy Sinclair that's playing his 200th game. Now, you're a poor man in the sense that you barrack for St Kilda. Now, how's that been? Now, you're 17, so you've not only have you not seen them win a grand final, I don't think you're 17 you've seen them play in one. Because you wouldn't remember 2010 or 11.
No, I think my first game was about 2011, 2012, and I think I looked at it the other day and I've seen one finals win in my time going to the footy, and that was in 2020 against the Dogs, so I couldn't even go and watch it. We were stuck in Melbourne in lockdown. So
That's funny because I said to him before we started today, I said, you remember Lee Brown, 2010 Premiership player? And he had no idea.
Yeah, no. Well, he wouldn't remember Charlie Brown either, the cartoon.
No, I don't think I do either. Stefan on the buttons does.
Yeah, he remembers. So that's interesting about the St Kilda stuff because when you were born, they were a powerhouse.
yep.
And when you start remembering footy and realising what footy's about, they were shit.
I wouldn't quite say that was shit. I mean, I had a few years watching Milne run around and all that.
yeah.
I think my first real memories was watching Revolt and 21 other people who probably shouldn't have been on an AFL list at the time. Just putting themselves out there each week, trying 100-point losses week after week. But then we beat Melbourne, gave Carlton a game, and that was about all we did for about 5 years.
It's the halftime Gippsland Landrover show here at TTU as they warm up. And we're talking with our work experience like Kyan Jenkins, who's going to be doing a fair bit of work. He'll be the boundary reporter. Now, because it is the Gippsland Landrover halftime show, you're 17, you will be driving by the end of this year, October, I think, roughly.
Yep, roughly October, hopefully.
October. Have you asked Mum and Dad that that's what you wanted? A Land Rover from Gippsland Land Rover? Because they're only about,
150 or something.
Oh, if we can get a few people down in the hardware store, I reckon I could generously ask for a Land Rover for my birthday. But
Do you have a car in store or something that you like?
I've got one looked out, ready to go, but obviously money doesn't grow on trees anymore. And
What are you after?
It's interesting the 17-year-old says that because I normally think it does grow on trees.
my dream car,
Trees in the backyard.
my dream car is probably a Ute or a Jeep, but I'll take any of them. 4 wheels that gets me to A to B as my first car.
You wouldn't know. I've got a V8 Jeep in the back if you want it.
Oh, yeah, I live in Curramborough. they knock them off there.
they would.
They just knock them off. So, all right, so you're doing your VCE. You barrack for St Kilda. You want a Gippsland Land Rover for your first car from Mum and Dad. They want to be selling a few hammer and nails out at the hardware. Your Mum and Dad are local business people in the area, and they love their footy because I think they're originally from Berwick Way, aren't they?
Down from Berwick, yep.
They love their footy?
Mum was in the cheer squad for a lot of years. My grandparents used to run the cheer squad for St Kilda, so banners for 97, 09 and 10.
Oh, wow.
Slowly, when I just about started going, Mum stopped going, and then me dad's telling me stories from way back in Hawthorn years and years ago.
Yep.
I think he's been. I took him to the elimination final last year, and I think that's the first game he's gone to in about 7 years. So
Really?
He stopped. We went to 2 grand finals, and then when they started becoming crap, he stopped going. They're good again, and he starts going along again. So
What are your grandparents' names? The people that run St Kilda Cheer Squad many years ago?
Billy
Give them a
and
plug.
Billy and Sandra Nisbet, 2 Scottish. My granddad was on the 7-Eleven ad for one of the grand finals. I've got that poster hanging up in my room. Big 7-Eleven national campaign. I think it was the screaming man or the yelling man in the cheer squad.
I remember. But that's your grandfather?
Yep.
Oh, B. When you go home and speak to him, see if he remembers there's a little bloke, number 48, that was running around the Saints in 1984. He was an absolute dog. Could never get a kick, and they sacked him after 8 games. There you go. See if he, hey, so your grandparents are St Kilda. That's why you're obviously buried for St Kilda. Your parents both St Kilda?
No,
obviously your mum is.
Dad's Hawthorn.
Your dad's Hawks. Your mum's the Saints. I'm just trying to think. They've never, that I can remember, 1971 was the only grand final they ever played in against each other.
I don't think. Mum definitely wasn't live. I don't think Dad was either. So, I mean, I've seen it on video, but
Hawks won.
yep.
Peter Hudson just demoralised
You
the
remember?
Saints.
You remember it like it was yesterday, do you?
I do a bit because I've done a podcast with Peter Hudson, and so I've got a real love for that man. That year, I think he kicked 150 on the button. He had to kick another one, and they knocked him out. The Saints, Cowboy Neil knocked him out. They said he can't kick goals if he's asleep. That's what they said.
That's
at
what it was like.
half-time.
That's what it was
Yeah.
like back then.
And, that is just unbelievable as the players now are dispersing to get ready. Now, Kyan, thanks very much for having a chat with us at half time. We look forward to your work with us for the remainder part of the year. You're going to do the boundary riding for us probably from about 2 weeks, and we're going to call it On the Bench with Kyan. You're looking forward to that?
Sounds good. I can't wait to get into the huddles and get a bit. Obviously, local footy is very different to the AFL, so I'd like to get a taste of what local footy has to offer.
Good stuff. It's Kyan Jenkins. He's the work experience lad that will be with us for the remaining part of the year, and let's see where he ends up. Could be on Foxtel. Ball back in the middle. Up it goes as ball won by Brawns. That was the Gippsland Landrover halftime show. Don't forget Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins. That's the sort of vehicle he wants in October. As they kick it around the corner through Will Kelly. Mopped up by the Bombers. Go short. Goddard, half back, so they lead by 36 points. Ball falls short and collected by Liam Mitchie, feeds it back. Now through the agency of James Jacobson. A bit of mucking around going on with it. They go into the middle now from Mitchie to Mitchie. He falls over, then punches it forward. Duncan feeds it out looking for Aliotta. Cutting him off is his teammate Savage. Geez, it's messy. Very messy. As the Kangaroos through the agency of Hull get it up to the middle of the ground. They'll now go inside 50 with a nice ball. And hitting up Eastham, who hasn't been too bad for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, he's been dangerous around that half-forward mark.
Not much of him, is there?
No, but he moves well.
He does. Very balanced too.
Yep.
You have to kick this 40 slight angle. We're parked right behind this one. So you'll get a good view of it. Goes to the right to get more distance. That's a beautiful looking kick. Has it got the distance? I reckon Jack Brown's got his fist on that just on the line, and he has.
And Lee Brown was putting his hands up, what about me? He had players all over him then, Lee.
So, the Bombers. It would be Hourigan. It's been exceptional
Yeah,
today
had a
by
good game.
foot. Yeah. Nice long
Thumping
ball.
kick.
Gets it out over the head of Kilgour. Oh, he's tugged on the jumper by Graham. Easton throwing it out to his teammate and Sunderman. He lowers his eyes and hits up Dinsdale. Dinsdale now inside. Oh, Brown just using the body. Jacobson, though, collects it. Oh, he's handballed it straight to the opposition in Ronan. And he squares it up and finds Stevenson. And Stevenson will kick from 40.
What a turnover.
It's very uncharacteristic
Yeah.
of Mick Jacobson to do that. Stevenson's a lovely kick. And they need this. They're 35 points in arrear. Get it back under 30 and might give them a sniff
Oh, it's low.
He's towed it. He has towed that.
It's going to go.
Gets out over the back, snapped around the corner, Dinsdale goal. Wow. 3-4-22 Heyfield. TTU 7-9-51. 3 minutes into the third quarter. That is on your Hurricane High scoreboard, Matty Mosley.
If they can be within the 20-point mark at three-quarter time, it'll give them a sniff.
Yes, keep sniffing.
Yeah.
Look out.
Back in the middle. Humphreys and Brawns. Players go up. Bit of a 50-50 tap out there. Oh, Jacobson didn't have the footy, but Heyfield are off again. And they are dominating play at the start of this third quarter. And we're going to have a throw in.
Just on that, they're asking for a deliberate. Now, we spoke to the umpires, and it's not insufficient intent.
It was just a mongrel
Which
kick.
that was.
Yeah.
It's got to be deliberate.
Yep.
And I like the rule, and I love the explanation.
And
of
very clear
the
about it as well.
umpires. Yeah.
Goddard gets it out of the pack. Kicks it forward 50 with a 2-on-1. Players jump on top of each other, and we'll have a ball up in the centre half forward of TTU. Christian goes up with Mickey. And that footy is going nowhere, and we'll have a ball up. And it's travelled about 5 metres.
Christian, the grandson of Dr. Peter Stevens, who's the father of Mark Stevens, that was the first recruit out of Gippsland, draftee out to North Melbourne, I think.
Oh, wow. Goddard with a really, really good handball out. And we go close to Hayden Willaton. Can he pick the footy up? And he couldn't. And he's got a free kick.
Geez, that ball can be unkind sometimes.
It was. And Hayden Willaton will go back and have a set shot. Probably 45 metres out on quite a tough angle, but he'll back himself. Been a little bit quieter today from what we've seen earlier in the year with Hayden Willaton.
Yeah, he normally gets our best player, doesn't he?
Yeah, he normally stands out. Can't play good every week, though.
No. Well, I'd like to play well once.
Kicks long, and it's across for one behind. 7-10-52 to Heyfield, 3-4-22, 5 minutes into the third quarter.
It's all thanks to Hurricane High, our great sponsors of our scoreboard. Do a mighty job. And we thank them for their sponsorship, as we do all the sponsors of the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League. And today's match of the round is sponsored to you by BP Traralgon East. Get out there for some ripping dim sims, and that is a real chance for the TRFM mark of the day.
Yep.
And that was Denovan. He goes short, finds Cade Duncan. I reckon Denovan's in line for both the Finch Cafe goal of the day and TRFM mark of the day.
Yep.
As Cade Duncan on the left foot, up towards the goal mouth, gets out over the back. Bennett,
that was a great kick.
Smart, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Finds the goal kicker from this quarter, Dinsdale, gives it off to Graham onto the right foot. Stevenson holds the front spot, has it punched away from him, bouncing ball. Oh, got a shocking bounce, and done really well in the end was Liam Mitchie, feeds it back to his coach. He finds Willaton, puts the old in for the tackle. And always lets the umpires know. Very smart play by little Hayden Willaton. Quinn Sinclair's in there.
Oh, free kick.
It'll be that Caleb Ronan, is it? It is. So Ronan, right on the boundary line. That's not 15. No way.
He kicked the ground.
Yeah, replace your divot, and he's taken it out over the boundary line. So comedy of errors. We'll have a boundary throw in. Right in front of the Sports Stream Live as the sun beams down on the Tyers Rec Reserve.
Beautiful weather.
So Brawns just pushes his man out underneath it in Humphreys, grabs the ball, gets a long kick inside 50. They do well, though, the Kangaroos. Get the kick out towards Wheeler, has it punched away from him by Shields onto the left foot. Sits it up, front spot, comes back on it. Waddell looks a lively type. new player to the Bombers. Comes off the hands and out of bounds, left forward pocket for the Bombers while the boundary throw in. In fact,
They're not sure.
out on the full. Now they're going to have a meeting as umpire Harry Davis meets with his goal umpire father, Tim Davis. And they're going to argue, you won't get any dinner.
No mash spud for you tonight.
Don't you love that? Father and son. What a great thing for the local umpires. They bring it back into play. Eliotta comes off his hands, gives it to Mick Jacobson. Handball on the outside. Bennett's there. It's been great for the Kangaroos. They gang tackle him. He might be in a bit of trouble. No. Shane Garvey. Umpire Shane Garvey says, I'll bounce that. We'll have a bounce down on the half-forward flank.
Garvey's about to throw it up. We've got Mickey going up in the ruck. Gets the tap. Ooh. Dropping his knees in there. Umpire says no. And we'll have another ball up. With about 50 metres from TTU's goal, with Mickey going up again. Oh, Jacobson on the right foot again. Ooh, looked like a head clash there. Go back to Curtin, and we've got something off the ball here.
Yeah, Cade Duncan's going to get a free kick here. And from what I've seen of him today, he could just about sink this.
Left footer?
Yes,
Yeah.
beautiful left footer.
Yeah, we've got a few left footers, TTU.
Yeah.
All beautiful looking kicks. Oh, he's passed it off to Kilgour. Dropped just short. And we'll have a behind. That'll be 7-11, 53 to 3-4, 22. Nearly 10 minutes into the third quarter. With Mitch Bennett to do the kick-in duties for Heyfield.
So Bennett brings the ball back into play. Looks for McMillan and finds him. Has a player short here in Graham. And has another one shorter in the other Graham. That's Tyson. Then he feeds it off to the brother in Kyle, Graham. So right in front of the Sports Stream Live broadcast box, Kyle Graham up the line, gets out over the back, and it's been good today, Liam Mitchie, hasn't he?
Doesn't stand out, he just gets the job done.
Yeah, finds Willaton, who's getting busy this
Yeah.
quarter. So Hayden Willaton screams from inside. He was looking for Hurrigan, but Lee Brown, he's gone the mongrel, and it was a mongrel. And he's kicked it to the opposition coach and Jack Brown, the
I like that mark, though.
teacher that Kyan Jenkins reckons he's just an absolute ripper. They take it away, out to the outer side. High ball. Bombers go up towards half forward. From behind, Moy now feeds it off. Duncan taps it over the top, but collected by Sunderman. And he's collected. Wheeler onto the right foot. Mark, free kick, whatever you want to pay. And it'll go to Ronan. He'll go short.
Oh,
Looks for Graham. That's Tyson Graham. He's
Was
paid
a
the free
push.
kick against him, and it was there. So the Bombers on that outer side.
oh, we've got 50.
50. Gee, that's undisciplined, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they'll get a shot at goal here, the Bombers, and just when Heyfield looked like they were coming back that little bit,
Yep.
this will hurt them.
They sort of dominated sort of the first 10 minutes like they did in the first quarter as well.
So it'll be Regan Richards who gets an opportunity here. He hasn't kicked one today. He'll kick this from 35 out, directly in front. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, you would think. So Regan Richards. Take it back out over that 36 to 37 point lead. They led by 36 at half time, the Bombers. So in he comes, Richards. He's back on it, not a problem. He likes it, they all like it.
We'll get around him.
So the Bombers, 8-11-59. They lead Heyfield 3-4-22, 12 and a half gone. Third quarter on the Hurricane Hire scoreboard. So, Matty, just when you thought Heyfield might have been coming back that little bit. And that's the thing when you're so far in front, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can come back and kick a couple, and they only need to kick one to straighten them up
Yeah.
again.
Like if Heyfield kicked the goal, put it to 28, and they're at 53, all of a sudden, in your mind, you're like, we're back. But now they've kicked that goal. But we're back in the middle again. Brawns and McMillan go up. There was someone in the square there. I think it was Goddard. Inside the square. He had to be out of the square there.
Tyson Graham let him know, too.
Yeah, he knew all about it. Probably been a little bit slow to get it in. A mongrel-looking kick. Terrible bounce from Fahurigan. And it goes to Kelly. But as he's done all day, the coach, Jack Brown, just chops them off.
Reads it well, doesn't he?
He does. Looks inside.
200 gamer.
Yes, Guy Sinclair. And it's getting a little too easy here for TTU. Kicking it inside the middle, and they're just doing what they like. Goes to Jacobson. Kicks long. Just falls short there for Quinn Sinclair, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Out of sight of the ground. Centre wing position, nearly 14 minutes gone into the third quarter. 37-point leaders are the ladder leaders. And looking very, very good again. The Bombers, as Mitchie wins the tap to the front. Kelly does the sharking. Feeds it off to Anderson. And straight out over the boundary line, right in front of the boys on the deck. Have a look at them.
They're piling in now.
A bit messy now. See, that's where we could have young Kyan Jenkins in future times. He'd be in amongst
Right
that
out
with
the
a mic.
front.
Yeah. So it comes back into play out the back through the feet of Anderson. They dive across that. And we'll get a restart again. .50-50. Spills free. Well, we've got a lull in play. We might cross down to the boundary because I know that Kyan Jenkins is down there. How are you seeing things down there at the moment, Kyan?
Very, very contested game at the minute. Obviously, TTU still on top. Heyfield pressing, trying to get the game closer. But as the time ticks on, it does look increasingly likely TTU will hold out and continue going strong and win the game.
You're a natural. You're going to be very good for Sports Stream Live and the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Footy League as they come in through the agency of Sunderman. Feeds it off. Geez, the pressure's good, as Kyan just said. Twite just mops it up. He's tackled, gets the handball away. Willaton breaks the tackle. Does he? No, he doesn't. He feeds it off to Moy. Has his kick smothered by Wheeler and goes through from behind. So it's out to a game high now, Matty Mosley. 38 points, and your man, Mitch Bennett, will bring the ball back into play.
Yes, probably for the 11th time today. I reckon he's only missed maybe one or two kick-ins. They've gone the traditional huddle. Heyfield.
The old Robert Walls brought that into play many years ago. May he rest in peace. The number 42 for the Blue Baggers.
Bennett kicks probably a good 30-metre kick. And an easy mark there. Likes to go down the ground. And we're going to have a boundary throw in just in front of the Coffee 51 cart there.
What a great coffee. It's great to see these clubs that do that have the coffee bands here.
Yeah. Brooks and Mickey, and they both fall over.
There's Bennett again.
Yeah, kicks into the middle, and just a sensational kick. And he has an absolute paddock here, but it does fall short. And they've had a turnover. Ooh.
Oh.
And the pressure's been really, really good here for Heyfield. And they've got the ball back. That's Eastrom, and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Just wasn't under the pressure that he needed to do something like that.
No, as Jacobson brings it into the brother from James to Michael. Thought he was going to go to Curtin then. He goes over his head and does well as Shields gets around onto his left foot, up the line. Yeah, it was a push. I agree, against Tyson Graham.
Yeah, it was there. It was a good mark, but it wasn't legal.
Cade Duncan. I'd like to see that played at the top level a bit more. The pushing in the back in the top level right now is out of control.
I think if that was a guy on the forward line, they would have paid the mark. It's a forwards game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
So Duncan onto the left foot. Oh. Coming across was Humphreys. He's got his fist to it. Ends up out to Moy. Right foot round the body. And Moy has his first for the day, and it might even be the first in Bomber colours. 9-12-66 TTU. Heyfield 3-4-22. 18 minutes gone. That is on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard. See this here. Good hands out from Curtin. He didn't run straight at the goals. They decide to kick around across the body, don't they?
Yeah.
And he's a hearing aid technician, I'm led to believe.
Only a young fella.
Pat Moy, is he?
Well, going for what we got told this morning, he wasn't that old.
Okay.
He's just ended up at TTU. What a team to come to.
Yeah. The ball back into play, and Humphreys wins the tap. Bennett does the crumbing. Gets the kick around the body to Stevenson. Got to just travelled 15 if it did. So Stevenson onto the right foot. Oh, look at Brown. Just the body use, but Sinclair did really well. Brown butters up off the ground. Chopped off by Kilgour. That didn't go 15. He gets a kick away. Graham runs back with the fly of the ball. Collects it on the ground level. Then squares it up into the middle. Big Humphreys onto the left foot. Squares it back through the middle now. And it's going to come through Pat Moore. High ball. All Bombers. I'll take it out that outer side to Mick Jacobson. Has
on
a
the
paddock.
right.
Decides to use the right to Twite. Centre wing position. Handball to Curtin. Goes with the right foot check side on the outside. Back out towards that wing. The time it was Richards. He lowers his eyes. They'll come inside now. They're just controlling the ball. Denovan's sharp skills. Feeds it out to Shields. He's collected. They'll go and turn this over here. And Dinsdale marks in the middle of the ground. Has Tyson Graham wide. Goes to him with a short one. Then quickly inside 50 to the running Manson. There's a flying shot at goal.
Lovely.
Brandon Manson.
Much better build up there.
It's brilliant.
Yep. Started all the way down from the back line. They just ran.
Yeah. Peeled back quickly and
Yep.
just didn't allow Bombers to get back in that defensive 50.
Yeah.
Great goal from Brandon Manson. And Heyfield 4-4-28. They still trail though. And they trail by 38 points. TTU 9-12-66, 20 and a half minutes gone. It's on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard. And that is the BP Traralgon East match of the round for AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League Round 9 match of the day.
We've got the two guys, big guys back in with Humphreys and Brawns back into the ruck. And a bit of a 50-50 contest, but it's TTU that gets the centre clearance. And to Curtin, kicks inside forward 50. Oh, was that a push? Umpire says no, play on. Kelly from Heyfield gets the handball over to Wheeler. Wheeler looks forward. And it's a lovely kick. And a great mark there from Disdale. Looks inside. Still looking inside. He just chipped over the top. And a nice mark there from Tyson Graham. Oh, the setup is much better. Goes to Manson. Goes a little bit wider. Good footy.
It was, and he's a chance for his first goal of the day. We haven't seen him today, really. He's been so quiet, Kyle Graham.
They didn't panic. They just did a nice little build-up. This could make it interesting. Get it back within 5 goals, but a tough shot here as he comes in. Nice approach. But a minor score.
Yeah, tough kick, that one.
Yeah, it is. It is 9-12-66, Heyfield 4-5-29. 22 minutes gone into the third quarter.
Harrigan will bring the ball back into the play for the Bombers. At three-quarter time, we'll cross down to Kyan Jenkins on the boundary and see what he's got for us as Harrigan brings the ball back into play. Out the back, Jacobson just beat two of them, but unluckily couldn't mark it, so they mop up through Sunderman. He gets it back in the 1-2, check side round the corner. All Bombers there, though. And again, it's Harrigan. As Kilgour wide, Wheeler comes in and closes on him. Does well in the end.
Yeah.
Kilgour, Wheeler does really well. Feeds it back to Kelly. Quick hands on the outside to Bennett. Has Graham on the outside. Uses him. Gets the high ball. Gets out over the back. Eastham can't take the mark.
Oh.
Stevenson can on the left foot. Round the corner. Straight through the middle. This is better by the Kangaroos.
It is. They're controlling the footy and they're not rushing.
So, they go on to 5-5-35 Heyfield. TTU 9-12-66. 23 and a half minutes gone. Third quarter, Hurricane higher scoreboard. And your BP Traralgon East match of the round when you're on the road. Stop in there for some dimmies. Ooh, don't worry about their dimmies.
You went there, though, this week.
I didn't have any, though.
Ah.
I'm trying to eat a little bit cleaner, I am.
Oh, we're back in the middle. And a lovely kick there from Shields into the forward 50. And, he spills it at the last minute. And well defended there. Willaton's in there bopping around.
He did the old war again.
Yeah, he did. It's the second time we've heard him do that today.
Got one in the guts.
Yep. We'll have a boundary throw. Not boundary throw. We'll have a ball up. Bruins, great tap. To Moy. Can he finish it off? Oh! Should have left it and he could have got another goal.
Yeah, Waddell, I know what he tried to do because he
come in
probably
so
got on
quick.
him quickly.
Yeah.
So he just thought he'd go the mark and, yeah.
Bennett with the duties again, just strolls down. I'll have this. We've gone the huddle again here for Heyfield. So a set play here. Kicks long.
Oh, it's a beautiful kick, isn't it?
Yeah. Comes back, Bruins. And he's turned it over.
Oh.
Great mark there by Kelly. Played a really, really serviceable game for Kelly.
So he goes up towards the wing. Dinsdale had a good quarter as Dinsdale goes towards the 50. That's a beautiful kick, and this boy's been good. Eastham quickly wheels around onto the right foot. Into Brown.
Beautiful.
Champagne football, Kangaroos.
Last 4 or 5 minutes, they've gone from end to end.
So you've seen patches, haven't we?
Yep.
Of some real
They're
brilliance.
good, very good.
Yes. Both sides have players out, so a couple more back into this side. They'll be thereabouts. Don't worry about that. As Brown, look
Lovely
at that
kick.
Have a look at that kick. Lee Brown gets his second. He got the first one of the day.
Yep.
And he's popped through another one. And this has been a good quarter. They've put on 4 goals this quarter.
Geez, if they can get one more before three-quarter time.
And it's back to 26 points.
Yep.
Heyfield 6-5-41. Look at that. Hard to stop.
Didn't have to break stride.
TTU 9-13-67, 26-minute mark, third quarter, Hurricane high scoreboard.
Such a beautiful kick, isn't he, Lee Brown?
He most certainly is. So they've put on 4 goals 2 to 2 goals 4. So they've won the quarter.
Yep.
And I'm sure that's all he asked at half time. Lee Brown and Jacobson does the crumbing. Goes inside looking for Waddell. Umpire's pulled a free kick and Waddell will get it. And that was against Marcus Sunderman. And he's asking the question, why?
Wasn't a lot in it.
Umpire Harry Davis was quick on the whistle. He'd seen something. So Waddell hasn't kicked one today, but has looked dangerous and lively. Need to kick it from 40. Fading to the right. So this inaccurate kicking has left the door ajar.
It has. It has. If you turn that to 14-9, it's
Game
very
over.
different.
So Bennett, arguably or probably unequivocally, Heyfield's best player today. Short, and he's been good too.
Yes.
Kelly, onto the right foot, out to Sunderman. Has Patmore on the outside, but he's quickly picked up by Savage. Doesn't go to him. Now he's going to go up the line. Looking for Bennett. Just nudges Aliotta underneath the ball. Gets out over him and trickles out over the boundary line. Centre wing position right in front of the Sports Stream live commentary box. Nearly 28-minute mark. Third quarter, 27-point leaders, the Bombers.
Yes, we'll have a boundary throw in here with Brawns. And it looks like McMillan there. He's right in front of me. Oh, big punch there by Brawns. Willaton's there. Oh, really good hit there by both players. Both committed, and we'll have a ball up.
Oh, I felt that.
Yeah, you could feel it, couldn't you?
Down on the boundary. Colin Jenkins, could you hear that thud?
Decent bump there, I'll say that much.
Goes to Kelly. Oh, great smother. Goes to Bennett. And Bennett holds it in, and we'll have a ball up. Probably 15 metres from the last ball up. Nearly 29 minutes into the third quarter. And this is what Heyfield will probably want right now. They probably want to shut down the quarter. They don't want TTU to score this late in the third. Brawns gets the tap yet again. Denovan puts the leg up, misses. And Heyfield go forward one more time. Jack Brown gets the topo going his way. Oh, and a super tackle. Really good tackle there from Denovan. He's done some really good things.
He has.
Not what a typical forward would do.
No, and an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah, he's doing really, really well.
So, ball up, middle of the ground. Jacobson, he's wrapped up. Bennett's in there underneath Aliotta. Can't break free. As the umpire says, I'll ball this up again. Just Mitchie out of the ruck on his own. I don't think they nominated a ruck at that stage. Oh, Denovan hit hard from Patmore. Kick around the corner.
Oh.
Big Brawns. Bruins?
Brawns. It's such a hard matchup.
Such a hard bloody name to say, too. He'll kick his from 40 out directly in front. And he's kicked 2 today, the big fella.
Which is super from a ruckman.
He'll become the outright leading goal kicker of the day,
Yeah.
and he's a ruckman. And we come here thinking Lee Brown, Riley Denovan,
Yep.
someone's going to kick a bag here today.
Yep.
And the ruckman is leading the way. So when he comes, look at that.
Yeah, when you have a ruckman that can push forward and kick goals, it's such a luxury.
Right now, he's got to be in the equation for the Crown Hotel Player of the Day.
Yep.
Strong mark. 10-14-74, the Bombers. Heyfield 6-5-41. Back out to 33 points. 30 and a half minutes gone third quarter. Hurricane higher scoreboard.
If you're Lee Brown, do you go in defence for the last minute?
Yeah. What have we got? 30. Yeah. Would there be a minute? Yeah, there'd only be.
There wouldn't be
Probably
long.
should have done it already.
Yeah. He did it in the last quarter.
Yeah. But by the same token, they're winning their fair bit of midfield footy.
They're giving
You've
you
got
the
to have him
chance.
forward.
Yeah.
You've got to have him forward, don't you?
That's a difference when you have Sheen in the team.
Bennett off the ground out of the middle. Wrapped up by Jack Brown. Out to Mitchie. Onto the right foot. Out of side. Gets to his brother. Has a bounce after 2 steps. Then gets it onto the left foot. Out over the head of Waddell. I reckon he's done something to the leg. Moy feeds it back. Left foot snap from Mitchie. Misses to the left. Let's have a look at Waddell. If he's...
Pulled up a bit average from it.
He did pull up. And when they pull up like that, it always looks like a calf or a hammy to me.
And it's not good when you're 35 and you pull up.
Yeah, he's moving okay. Oh, no, he's limping.
He's done.
Yeah, he's limping. So, the Kangaroos bring it in, and that time it was Patmore. So, surprising Bennett didn't take it. Goddard out to Mick Jacobson. Wills around to the non-preferred. I think it's the non-preferred.
Oh, well done.
Well done. And
Yeah.
holding. Got the holding free kick, Patmore. You wouldn't know what his preferred or non-preferred
No,
is.
you don't.
I thought he was a left footer, but the way he hits that right, I'm not that sure anymore. So they bring it in short to Cohen Anderson, but it's three-quarter time, and the Kangaroos were better. They weren't too bad at all. To get on the board now, 6-5-41, but they trail the Bombers, who are in complete control, really. 10-15-75. So the Bombers are out to a 34-point lead after leading by 36 at half time. So the Kangaroos won that by 2 points. What we might do is take a quick break here from the BP Traralgon East match of the round in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League. Match of the round, it's the Bombers by 34 points.
BP Traralgon East, day or night from fuel to a feast. BP Traralgon East, from a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast. BP Traralgon East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it, and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.
Welcome back to the Tyers Rec Reserve, where there's just been an amendment on the score. It is TTU 10-16-76. They lead by 35 points over Heyfield 6-5-41 in the BP Traralgon East match of the round in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League round 9 match of the round. Quickly go through the goal kickers for TTU. 3 to Fraser Brawns. I'll get it. Probably round 18. 2 to Denovan and Shields, and then it is just the one single in the 2 singles, Pat Moy and Kay Duncan. And for Heyfield, it is Lee Brown with 2, and then we've got singles to Dinsdale, Stevenson, and Mitch Bennett, and Brandon Manson, who got that ripper in that quarter. Matty Mosley, and we'll go down to, before we cross to you, Matty, we'll go down to Kyan Jenkins on the bench. What have you seen that quarter, mate?
Heyfield were really, really good for most of that quarter, playing run and carry off half-back. In the first quarter, for about most of it, they were dominating with handballs, and they were really, really clean. They got back to that style there and ended up winning the quarter. In order to cut down this 35-point margin, they need to keep doing that, lower the eyes inside 50, and stop giving Guy Sinclair and Jack Brown the chance to intercept mark.
He has done this before, Matty Mosley.
He has. He's very good, isn't he?
Absolute professional.
Yes, he loves it.
We'll find out he might want to call soon, and you and him will call, and I'll sit out and eat me 200 pies. We'll get down to you shortly. Again, Kyan down on the boundary, and it's over to you, Matty Mosley, for the last quarter.
Yes, we're up and again. And Jacobson on the right foot. Kicks to his good teammate of Hayden Willaton, but he misses the bounce. Heyfield get the ball again. Kicks to gets to Graham. And chopped off there by Jacobson. Oh, it's not a mark, though, because it was over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Sun's gone down, which is nice.
We can see a little bit better now, can't we?
Better. It was starting to get a little bit toasty in here.
Yes.
Might have been the eggs.
Boundary throw in. Oh. Could have been a free kick there for Hull, but it's going to be a ball up. Brawns again with Christensen. See, there's a bit of a change there with Christensen as well, going into the ruck. Willaton. Willaton always on the bottom of a pack. Or of a ball up. But territory is going TTU's way. Brawns and Christensen again. Brawns just too big, too strong. Kicks to Goddard. With Willaton. The territory that man goes is unbelievable. Always at the bottom of a pack.
I've been really impressed with the tackling of Heyfield, though, too.
Yeah, very clean.
Yeah.
Very clean, but strong.
So, spills through to Aliotta. He can't take it cleanly. Duncan's in there. He's wrapped up. Comes out. Hurry kick around the corner. Oh, chopped off really well by Savage.
Finish it.
Goes inside. That's an ugly looking kick. Needs a good bounce. Doesn't get it.
That was an ugly bounce as well.
So, 10-17 to 6-5. Nearly 2 minutes into this last quarter for the big BP Traralgon East AGL Loyang match of the round. They go short, the Kangas, and they find Sunderman. He's going to go short again to Hole. Still inside their defensive 50, the Kangaroos. Wheels around on his right foot, looks for Humphreys, gets out over the back, Mick Jacobson. Reads it really well. Left foot, right foot, whatever foot. Nearly got over the top. It's a great kick, just chopped off in the end by Sunderman. They did well there, the Kangas. Does it look like he was going to put Mickey right in front?
You'd get nervous as a defender, wouldn't you?
Yeah, when he's got the ball.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I posed the question during the week to Jack Brown. Is it his best year? And he said, oh, that's a tough call. He's had some rippers.
Yeah.
Ball up. No, free kick. It's going to go to the Humphreys ruckman. On the left foot. He kicks both feet too, the big fella.
He does.
Gets out over the back of McMillan. Bouncing ball collected by Manson. He's gone backwards, frontwards, sidewards.
Everything but forwards.
Yeah, just waiting to lay the tackle. Is that Curtin? It is. No. In fact,
Shields?
it's Shields on the left foot. Up the line. Finds Caleb Mitchie. He's been good today.
Yeah,
They
probably his
both
best
have.
game we've seen him.
Yeah. They both have today, actually. Liam as
Oh,
well. Great
lovely
kick.
kick.
Great hands to Goddard. Wheels around onto the right foot. Just trapped it, did Waddell, but it's come back. Bennett. Round the corner. Oh, ends up in the hands of Savage.
Willaton.
Has Willaton all on his own. It doesn't have to make him. He's got the chance and time and collects it. Kicks towards goal. Bronze gets his 4th. So, the Bombers can do no wrong. Have a look at this. He had all the time in the world here, Willaton. He fumbled, bounced, then he still had time. And I reckon he set that up for the big fella.
No.
You've had a go at him a few times today.
No.
You reckon he's shooting for goal every time?
I reckon he's miskicked it every time.
Really? Oh, we've got to ask him. 11-17-83, the Bombers. Heyfield 6-5-41. They're out to 42 points, 4.5 last quarter. That's on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard.
Christensen and Bournes in the ruck. Bournes absolutely dominating play today, and he gets the tap again. Off the ground was Curtin. Savage very busy at the start of this last quarter, and a beautiful kick to Goddard. And we have a player down here from Heyfield, just further behind play, slowly getting up to his feet. Now Goddard's a lovely kick. He passes it off and turns it over. And Goddard's going to get this again. And he's dropped the ball. I think it's time to reset, boys. And, Mickey dropped, which should have been an easy mark in the end. But Dinsdale did really well to Graham. And Burton marks, and he plays on. But as they do, Kilgour or Jack Brown, they always cut the balls off. And
So Kilgour squares it to the coach, Jack Brown. We might go down to Kyan Jenkins in a minute and see if you can find out how McMillan is. Or there he is, he's okay. And he's called the blood rule, so he'll have to go off. Did you see what happened down there, Kyan, at all?
Looks like he copped one to the head, a bit of blood coming from the face. Trainers got out to him very quickly, just running off the ground now. Probably some patch-up work and be back out soon, I imagine.
Great work, Kyan Jenkins down on the boundary on this BP Traralgon East match of the round in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League round 9. Bennett will take that free kick whilst McMillan goes off to get those running repairs that Kyan speaks of. 42 points in front the Bombers, 6.5 minutes gone last quarter. Around the grounds, we see that 25 points, Yallourn North over Yarram. Looks like they'll get the job done. Dinsdale, centre wing position. Up towards Lee Brown, holds the front spot. Sinclair does well. Jack Brown mops up. Mitamichi comes back around Lee Brown. Onto the right foot. Curtin takes the mark. Curtin now. Out the back to Willaton Smart. He called Twight up at him so he could release the space behind him for Willaton to go into.
Yep.
Goes into it. The kick gets to Brawns, but he drops the mark.
Oh,
Nice little dance. So Vanderswart finds his teammate in Tyson Graham, centre wing position. Kangaroos, he doesn't have a lot to go to. Stevenson leads at him, but he doesn't go to him. Now he doesn't know where to go, and he decides to go to 4 Bombers. Aliotta is in their best view.
he's
There's
played
no
very
doubt.
well. Lovely left foot kick too.
And so is this man, Shields. Being good, he's got a couple of goals. Sinclair decides to run off Brown here. Shields honours that lead. Going to go back to Shields, so they're just waxing for
Yeah, they're toying with them.
stats packing, Kane Corns likes to call it. Brown, it's Jack Brown into the middle to Curtin. Has Hurigan, if he wants him, he'll go to him because he knows the next leg coming in is going to be a beauty. Squares it. Mick Jacobson takes the mark in the middle.
Yes, Jacobson on that beautiful left foot of his. Kicks long and
Young man again.
Donovan, how easy does he make it look? But just, it was the kick. It was kick to the fat side of him. But the body work of an 18-year-old is sensational.
Yeah, he does play like he's a 100-gamer, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
And this is the next part that I really like. He'll have this little skip
finishing
in,
off.
and his foot is just... Have a good look at this. If you're at home in the pub or up on that deck watching on your phone, have a look at the balance. He'll give you this little side skip.
Yeah, it's very deliberate, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the balance, look at that. There it is. 3, 4, 5. And then balanced
look,
beautifully.
dead straight.
He is a beautiful kick for goal.
Yeah, the umpire did not even move.
If there's textbook, that's it.
Yep.
On how to kick for goal. And TTU 12-17-89. They lead Heyfield 6-5. 41 out to a game high. 48 points, nearly 9.5 gone last quarter. It's on your Hurricane highest scoreboard.
What I love, he does the same kick every single time, the way he rolls in. It's very deliberate.
Yeah, and you really do like someone they've got a routine and they stick to it. He sticks, you. So right then, we've counted 5 skips. I bet you the next time he does it, it's 5 skips. Ball back in the middle. Humphreys and Mickey. Humphreys wins it behind to Kelly. Left foot inside 50. Jeez, he read that well, Hourigan. He's been super today. And so is this man, Mick Jacobson. Into the middle. Willaton, since half-time's been really good. Up towards Donovan. We thought we might have got another look then. Gets to the front. Goddard feeds it back. Waddell has his kick smothered. Out to Twite. High ball. All Bombers. And it's Liam Mickey. Caleb Mickey, sorry.
Yep. The younger brother.
So you get a shot on from 45. No real angle to worry about. Hasn't got one today.
Played a lot of forward as a junior. Played at Newborough in the juniors when he was younger. He was a big boy back then as well.
He's kicked 8 this year.
Yep.
So he kicks one every week. He hasn't kicked one today in round 9. For his average, he needs to put this through the left footer. It's going to fall short. Fist goes through, so it's rushed through from behind. Could have been worse for the Kangaroos, but for inaccurate kicking. They've had 30 shots at it to 11.
When you look at it like that, that's a massive difference.
So the Kangaroos, well, that hasn't made its mark. I think that's McMillan on that outer side patched up, is it? No, it's Graham. And free kick just sitting over it. Will go to the Bombers, and it's going to be little Moy.
I like the way he's gone about it
Yeah.
too.
He looks dangerous, doesn't he, at times?
You've got sometimes you just got to understand your position. You're not always going to be the man to get it kicked to.
So him and Waddell have been added to that forward line.
Yep.
And they give you something. They look dangerous. They might have only kicked like one today. Moy's got one, Waddell hasn't. But there's going to be a time these two could end up kicking 3
That's right.
for a match. So Moy in for his second. Got one in the third quarter. And he's missed that to the right.
You know, and his probably position in the side is the pressure.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, you're a little fella, understand your position, you hold your spot.
So 50 points. So Sunderman, I reckon he'll go short like he has most of the time. No. Oh my God. He's gone long and he's gone very ugly. He's going to pay this.
Yeah. It's the right call.
It is the right call. Umpire Harry Davis has done really well there. So, Sam Curtin. Been very good. Going to be hard to pick the best players. Oh, well done. Wheeler on the smother. Then it ricochets off to Manson. Towards Easton. The Bombers do well then. I reckon he might have been held, James Jacobson. Not paid as Stevenson turns it over. Aliotta in turn to Mitchie onto the left foot. Caleb Mitchie. Moy uses the body really well then on Anderson. And he's taken the mark and he's only 30 metres out. On a slide angle, it probably should get it. Look at the body use.
Yep. That's just understanding your position. That's all it is.
Protecting that ball drop, good forward craft.
Yep. When your time comes, take it.
So Paddy Moy just had a shot a minute or so ago. Was a bit more difficult than this one. And he hasn't
That's
made
better.
a mistake this time. And Moy gets his second, and the Bombers 13. 13-9-97, 6-5-41 at Heyfield. Nearly 14 gone last quarter. It's on your Hurricane highest scoreboard.
If he chips in every week with 2 goals, that's his
it.
job.
Now, they are undefeated and they're winning well most weeks. And
Yeah.
you've added Waddell and Moy. This is, and you've still got Nielsen to come into this side.
Yeah, and he straightens them up so massively. It's
You've got Will Curtin to come in too.
yeah, it's
Wow, there's some goal power there.
yeah. And their back line's so strong, their midfield's so strong.
That's right.
And here we go again with Jacobson.
Oh, Moy again.
He's all of a sudden getting very, very busy. Kick short and Brawns. Probably a little bit too far out
Have a shot for
for
your
Brawns.
fifth. Have
But he's had a
go at it.
super, super day. He's taken, I thought he took the mouth guard out and going back to have a shot. But we've seen him twice today. He drops it short and he's
Yeah.
hit targets.
Yeah, and he might do the same here. Or we might set it up for Denham and give him a run at it.
This looks he's just said something H. I've heard it through the cans, so let's see what happens. Had the distance quite comfortably. 13-20, 98 to Heyfield, 6-5-41, 15 minutes into the last quarter. Chips it in. Goes to Graham. He's gotten busier into the second half as well.
Yeah, he started slow, didn't he? But
He did.
he's come back into it now.
Oh, easy mark drop there to Willaton, to Jacobson on the right foot.
Oh, the three amigos.
Yeah, marks Curtin. Back to Willaton.
His second half has been incredible.
That has probably arguably nearly been best on since after half time.
Yeah. Yep. It'd be hard to do these votes.
Kicks it to Mickey.
Did he get free? No.
Yeah, nearly a free kick. Twite's there bobbling around, but Heyfield seemed to have gotten it out of there outside. Oh, the pressure's been terrific there by TTU, but he's got him by the leg. And it's a free kick there. Is it to Lineker?
Lineker, yeah.
Lineker. Gets the hands off to Kelly. He's been a bit quieter this second half as well. Had a really good first half. Oh,
You mark this.
mark it. Brown.
Oh,
Kicks to Moy again. And we'll have
Oh. that is a super effort there by Pat Moore.
Willaton gives the hands off to Moy again. Little chip straight to Goddard.
It's going to take a very good side to beat this.
Yeah. They've just got so many options.
Yeah.
Goddard started on the wing on the start of the day,
Yeah,
and he's pushed forward. And he's a good size as well.
they really are going to take a power of beating.
Yeah. He's probably about 45 metres out by the time he kicks. And quite a sharp angle.
Be their seventh goal kicker if he kicks it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll have another behind. 13-21-98. So Heyfield 6-5-41, 17 minutes into the last.
Okay. I've got a different score to the scoreboard. I've got 13-21. They got 13-20.
Oh.
There you go. So I made it blue earlier. I've probably made a second blue today. Ball punched away. Gets to the ground level. Twite onto the left foot, half smothered. Graham taken high, not paid. So umpire Shane Garvey and Harry Davis both done a very, very good job today, the
Yep.
boys. Kelly feeds it out to the outside, but Jacobson does shark. Oh, he's gone the left foot check side from the boundary. Goddard!
He got it.
He's
Off the
got it
left
off the
foot.
ground.
You can't tell me Mick Jacobson wasn't going for goal there.
He most certainly was. So, Goddard gets his first. I've got it at 14.21, 105. Hayfield 6.5.41. 18.5 gone. Look at that. Just stayed in the moment, didn't he?
Yeah.
Everyone else went to the ground.
They fell on the ground, yep.
Old Stephen Bradbury. And Goddard kept his feet, and that's what you've been told as a kid. On the Hurricane Hire scoreboard, they're out to 64 points. So they've added 5 goals to the deficit since three-quarter time here. The Bombers. Braun tries to take that out of the ruck. Christian had a say in it. Well, there's
Just chucks the
Brown
knee in
again.
there.
Yeah, he does it a little bit extra, doesn't he?
He does.
On a tackle, big Lee Brown. So, Braun wins it again. Lee Brown. He's tackled by Brawns. Comes out the back. Ends up in the hands of Shields from Mitchie. Goes up towards half forward. Chopped off well then for the Kangaroos by Vanderswaard. I reckon he's been good too.
Yep. It's been coming in hot for him, so.
Kicks across to Kyle Graham. In front of the deck. I wonder how they're travelling right now. I know that that's where our man Kyan Jenkins is, and we just got a little bit of a break. Kyan, they're a bit noisy on the deck at the moment.
They're getting very, very rowdy now, knowing that a win is in sight. TTU have been very, very good today in this last quarter. They've just turned on for the crowd here.
Just remember you're 17. Don't jump up on the deck and have a beer with those boys. As Sam Curtin sends it inside 50. Willaton does the crumbing at the back. Twite traps it beautifully.
Get a
Right
goal.
foot snap. There's your Finch Cafe goal of the day. Josh Twite for his first.
He'll be watching this tonight.
Let's end it up the Finch Cafe goal of the day.
Yeah, that was a great goal.
There's no comparison. The way he's trapped that
Yeah, attacked it.
and then clean that, and he knew as soon as it left the boot. That is an absolute ripper. 15-21, 111.
And if we
The
noticed
Bombers.
in the last quarter, it's not your Denovans. It's your outsiders. It's your Moyes.
Yes, 6-5, 41 Heyfield. Nearly 21 gone last quarter. It's on your Hurricane Hire scoreboard. Back in the middle, Brawns does the tap work. And it's a stalemate between the two sevens, Sam Curtin and Kai Hole. The umpire will redo it for Christian and Brawns. Brawns just uses the body. Beautiful tap out the back to Savage. Has 3 or 4 waiting on him to pounce. Ends up to McMillan. Nice hands out to Graham. Lowers his eyes. Goes inside 50. He's looking for Manson. Might get the holding free kick. He does. So Manson, he's about 60 around from home. He'll look at giving this to Brown. Here's a chance. Lee Brown from 55 sails for home. Oh, have a look at that effort. What an absolute, like they're up by over 10 goals and they are that stingy. They will not allow a goal to go through. That, and he's got up, he's very, very sore. Look at that effort.
21 minutes in the last quarter and you're doing that type of thing.
And I'm still trying to work out who it was. Get my eyes on that one. I reckon it was Kilgour.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely incredible. Now he goes off and says, you know what, give it to me, Quinn. I'm going to just show you what it's all about. That was a super effort.
It
He
was.
goes short to Savage. Savage now up the line over the head of Goddard. Out the back, McMillan takes the mark. Then he plays on. Short kick to Graham on the wing.
Graham kicks to the other side of the ground and it's nearly chopped off there by Jacobson. Kicks in short. Oh, great mark there by Eastham. Only about 25 metres out. On a fair little bit of an angle there, but nothing too drastic.
How was the kick of Kai Hole there
Yeah.
to Eastham? It was really, really well done.
Comes in very deliberate as well. Cross the face.
Oh, Kilgour.
Kilgour again. And this is the problem with TTU. That's such a strong defence.
Isley defence.
It was.
Isn't it?
It is.
They won't give anything away.
Yep. From Hourigan. Short kick to Sinclair. Looks inside, goes across the face to Kilgour. They've really switched the play across and to Jacobson. Which foot will he kick on? The right.
I reckon he takes it in turns.
Yeah. Comes across to Sinclair. Gives the hands off. Goes into the forward 50. Hayden Willaton.
Oh, he's in the back. And he took the mark anyway.
Yeah.
He's hurt himself, Pat Moore, doing that.
Yeah, they've really changed Hayden Willaton's position. They've took him out of the middle, put him forward, and he's had a really, really good second half.
Just seen on the replay there, he has no fear.
Nah.
No fear. He knew what was coming at him. Hasn't kicked a goal today.
No. You'll know about it if he gets it. He'll be up and about. Distance is not a problem, but accuracy is. Oh, and it's a mark by Goddard. And this is going to be a fair angle here. What do you go? Left foot snap?
I would. I reckon he'll go check side.
Yep. He's thinking about it.
But I wouldn't make the distance from there. No, he's going the left foot.
Yep. It's across the face for another behind. As we tick on to 25 minutes into the last quarter.
Wow. So 15-22 to 6-5. Raging flag favourites, TTU, right now. Big call, but round 9, only them can defeat them.
This is first versus third.
Exactly right. Graham brings the ball back into play. Looks for Stevenson. Oh, just drops it late. Bronze gives it back to Mitchie. Right foot. Lees Willaton again. Quickly plays on. Gets it around the corner. I thought he was going to go longer to Moy, but he hits up Goddard.
Between Willaton, Moy and Goddard.
Forward 3 smalls.
Yep. Sensational.
Been really good, haven't they? So they've actually put on 5 goals this quarter.
Like, I actually really like Goddard forward more than the wing.
Yeah, they've just got, as you said earlier, they've got so much they can do.
Yep.
It's Goddard. Oh, he sits it right again.
Yep.
Comes back, but too late. So I'm sticking with my score at the moment. I've got 15-23. The scoreboard has 15-22. 6-6 we agree on. No, we don't. They've given them 6-6. I've got 6-5. Be interesting to see at the end of the game. So ball comes back into play. Mitchie, right foot check side. Just gets it into the hot spot. Makes it really difficult for Heyfield to defend. Ball goes to ground. Twite's looking for a holding the ball free kick on Vanderswoort. Umpire's having nothing of it. Humphries wins the tap again. Restart after Graham's all wrapped up. So 26.5 gone. 72-point lead to the Bombers. Out to Curtin onto the left foot. Denovan beaten for it on this occasion.
Very rare.
Yes. So they have the ruckman on the out. If they want him, they go to him in Humphries. Ooh, the kick doesn't make the mark to Graham. Oh, chopped off by Hourigan. Does really well. Gives it off to Moy. Has Willaton. Goes to him. Squares the ball up. And Denovan takes the mark. 40 out in front.
I think that half forward line with Willaton, Moy and Goddard is super, super dangerous.
Now, we made this call before about having your routine, and this guy sticks to it. Let's see if we can get his skips.
Was it 4 or 5 skips?
5, yeah. It was 5 skips, side skips. On the siren, I'm going to write 6-5 for the Kangaroos, and we'll check that out afterwards. So Denovan, who has 3 and wants to match Brawns, who has 4. Lights are on here.
You're right.
Was it 5?
Yep.
Yep. So that routine
is missed
to the right, but that routine is the routine. And I like it. I've got 16-24. 114. Scoreboard has 113 and 42 over 114 and 41. So I reckon I might have given the point to TTU when it should have been given to Heyfield. I reckon I've done it wrong here, and I'll probably get the sack, you know. There's every chance I will. I'll tell you what, I reckon Cole Scammell is in there doing the timekeeping, so he's probably doing the scoring on the buttons. And I know what he's like. He's very good. So I'm going with you, Cole. 15. And I've got 16. He got 15. Now I'm all over the shop.
Time to go home, Brad.
All right. So. Yeah, I've lost it. They got 15-24. I'm going with 15-24 then. 15-24. We might take a quick break because I'm all over the shop. And I'm going to check out these scores. Kyan Jenkins might even know. We'll go down him on the boundary. What I can tell you, TTU have won by plenty. And it is the BP Traralgon East match of the round for AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League. We will fix that hurricane higher scoreboard very shortly. We'll be back here in a moment.
BP Traralgon East, day or night from few to a feast. BP Traralgon East, from a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast. BP Traralgon East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it, and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.
Welcome back to Tyers Rec Reserve. We're round 9 for BP Traralgon East in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League is run and won. And I'll tell you what, they've fixed the score and they've gone with mine. Told you, Cole. 15-25, 115 TTU run out 73-point winners over Heyfield 6-6-42. And what a convincing win it was in the end. They led by 11 points at quarter time. In the first 10 minutes of the first quarter, we thought, oh, hold on, they're going to get some competition here today. Half time, they led by 36 points. They pegged them back a little bit, just the one behind. They were 35 points in the last quarter, but as all good sides do, they put the foot to the pedal and kicked 5 goals, 9 in the last quarter. Ran out by 73-point winners. It could have been a fair bit more in Guy Sinclair's 200th game. And how lucky are we that Jack Brown and Guy Sinclair have joined us in the commentary box. Good afternoon, guys.
There you go, boys.
Getting a real echo there.
Yeah.
Hey, first of all, to you, Guy, congratulations. Well done.
Thanks,
200
mate.
games at the one club. Couldn't probably think of a better way to go out than 73-point winners. And you had the big job on Lee Brown and beat him. Did well.
Yeah, the big boy. No, it's always a good tussle. We've played on Brandy the last couple of times, and I just like the contest, and wanted to better myself, so it's good. Yeah.
We spoke about it in the pre-game for the Latrobe biggest Blokes barbecue, and we said that I asked Matty, because Matty's the man, he knows about these things. Are they going to go with Kilgour, or are they going to go with Guy Sinclair and his 200th? It's a big ask in your 200th. Give him the day off and let him rest. Matty knew. He said Guy, and you went straight to him and did a great job.
Well, Sweatsy Kilgour got 5 kicked him on. Brandy kicked 5 on him in the first quarter.
Yeah, we did know that.
We did bring,
we did
bring that up, actually.
Don't worry, we keep telling him.
Weekly, we talk about that.
Jack, to you, did you have some sleepless nights over that one? Because you didn't know if Sheen was going to play. I thought they were playing games, and I thought he might have played, so that would have made it more difficult again.
Yeah, it would have. I know Sheeny very well. We've had many tussles over the years, so it just would have created more options down there, and we wouldn't have probably been able to zone off as much as we did. So, yeah, look, I don't know what his plans are, but I
think he works
yeah,
every couple of weeks.
Yeah, I certainly know that.
Especially when you play the top side.
Yeah.
They had a few out today that will certainly strengthen them in the tail end of the year for sure.
When I say that too, I mean, it's hard because I know you won't want to talk about yourself. I thought Guy did a magnificent job. Kilgour, what his effort was when you 12 goals up in that last quarter where he dives across the front and punches it, puts his body on the line, could have been severely hurt. But your intercept marking a lot of the day helped those two out, I would have thought as well. Yeah. And actually, I won't do it to you. I'll ask Guy, because that's not fair on Jack. You must have been really happy with your coach's effort.
Oh, he's always read the ball well, so we wouldn't expect anything less of him. He just does it week in, week out. So he did it in the Gippsland League years ago, and now he's doing it in the North Gippy. So yeah, unreal.
Do you ever think though, Jack, what's coming from behind me? Because he's a big man, Lee Brown.
He is.
And he will run through you.
He nearly got me in the first quarter. He stood on my big toe, and it was buzzing all game. But no, I enjoy playing that role, and for sure. And Sweatsy in that last quarter, we talked about it through at 3/4 time about probably a 5 or 6 minute effort in that third quarter where we weren't doing those things, and we just have to do it for every minute. It doesn't matter if it's the end of the game or you're up by 20 goals. That effort has to be there for every minute.
Riley Denovan, again today, what we noticed with him, and we spoke about this in the call, that he has a set routine and it is to the measure every time. 5 side steps,
yep.
6 skips
Yeah,
in.
there you go.
And does he spend time on that, or am I hallucinating that that's just an accident? But it's the same every time.
He practices his goal kicking a lot, so yeah, potentially he's got that.
If you watch, it's 5 skips every time.
I'll watch it now.
It is unbelievable. And then what we did speak about too, Jack, is that you got midfielders kicking goals.
Yeah.
And you got a ruckman that's kicked 10 coming into today, and then he pops off 4 again today. It's a pretty good weapon to have.
Yeah, it is. We've probably got a lot of midfielders playing high half forward as well. We're quite blessed in that space. I reckon if you chatted to about 7 of them, they'd all want to be starting mid, but there's lots of versatility in there, and we probably changed our mix up a little bit today just to respond to how well Bennett started the game. So
Didn't he?
Hayden Willaton started forward a little bit, and we went a bit tighter on Bennett in there. So, yeah, certainly the mids love kicking goals, but we try and make it only when they're playing forward instead of pushing in. You would have hated it, Matty, wouldn't you? Back in the day?
I would have hated it.
Midfield's clogging up the space.
We'll talk about Moy, though. How he's sort of new to the club. He was sort of like a bit quiet, but he got off the leash a bit in the last quarter. He knows his position and when to go.
Yeah, so Moy come in yesterday. Will Curtin pulled out just a little bit of a tight hammy. Yeah, so Moy was in really, really good form. He's joined us from Ringwood. He got a job locally and was originally just going to do pre-season with us and train Thursday nights, but he's enjoyed it here, and he was in really good form in the twos. He was kicking 4 to 5 goals every game as sort of a mid-forward.
Got the Anzac Day medal the first game he played, I think.
Yeah, so you could just see him gradually adjust. It's hard playing your first senior game for a new club, but I thought him and Stu Goddard in that last quarter inside 40-50 were really damaging.
Well, he started on the wing, then pushed forward, Goddard, and he was really good.
Yeah, we changed that mix a little bit and put Flynn Shields on the wing just to create a bit more space on that open side, so that opened us up a little bit.
The other one up forward too. I mean, he didn't trouble a scorers today, but gee, he looks dangerous, Waddell.
Yeah, he structures us up real well. He's very experienced and he's been a senior coach before. He sets them up. He tells them when to lead. He's fantastic down there, and he just creates a great contest. He's sort of an undersized key forward almost. We're pretty happy with what he's bringing at the moment.
We give the Finch Cafe goal of the day to Josh Twite in the last quarter. That was pretty special.
Did I remember it?
Trapped it.
We'll get it on the screen.
We'll get it on the screen if we can. He just trapped it beautifully up this end and this one here. So it was really difficult to get to, and I just thought he was so clean. Bang, bang. Use this pace in the first couple
be
of
happy with
metres
that?
and
He'll
then
be
bang
watching
around
that
the
away game all reckon. Tomorrow.
He kicks one of them every game, I reckon, doesn't he? He throws it on the boot.
He's pretty elusive for his size, you know.
Yeah.
He's got the fitness still, but yeah.
So
Put around goals,
you
so.
you've really got that connection. Your back six with that middle six and that front six, then you can chop it up a little bit. As a coach, are you playing with that at times to know, we're into round 9, are you playing around with a couple of little things to see what you can use later on?
Yeah, a little bit. We probably played Fraser a little bit more forward than we normally would. We had a game without him a couple of weeks ago against Lawn North. So Jai Nielsen rucked all day, and I think, sometimes Fraser's a really difficult matchup. So I actually brought Caleb Mickey up around the ball, and he was really good around the ball, I thought, as a very undersized ruckman. So we're always toying with those mixes a little bit, but we're relatively consistent with our lineup, I think, overall. It's just usually the forward mix that might change slightly depending on who we're coming up against.
Was Caleb Mickey sort of struggling a little bit, being deep forward, and you sort of will give him a go into the ruck?
He was always, with Jai going out with a hand injury, he was always going to be a backup ruck, but probably only for 4 to 5 minutes a quarter to give Fraser a chop out. But we just felt like he was really in the game up high.
Just compete.
And Fraser was a real hard matchup deep, so we just changed that up a little bit as the game played on.
Looked like injury-free. Didn't look like anyone was hurt today.
A couple, including myself, just because 10 minutes ago, that was it. But I think a couple finished up a bit sore, but I don't think anything
just
major. Yeah,
That's old age for you.
Nielsen won't be back for a while.
Jai went in for some surgery during the week. He's a fast healer, though, so...
Did he tell you that, or...?
No, he is. He broke his wrist last year, I think, and he was supposed to miss 8, and he missed 3. So he is a fast healer, but we'll only bank on getting him very late in the season.
Yeah, you're in that position. You don't really need to worry as such. Being a bit clearer, let him heal up.
Yeah, that's right. He's a super important player for us, though, so we're pretty shattered that he's not out there. He provides so much structure, which is why we have to mix things up a little bit, and it means that some of the other forwards will probably get some harder matchups now defensively because he usually takes that first defender. So, yeah, there'll be a bit of work to do in that space to replace him.
We're going to put the pressure on ourselves in a minute. And, we've done our votes, and we're going to find out off you guys who you thought your best were. I'll tell you who I didn't fit in the votes, and now I'm feeling really guilty.
You rushed.
I did rush. I had to put a few things. Oscar Aliotta. Gee, he was good today.
Yeah, so he was the one that we ended up sending to Bennett for a lot of the day. So he probably played much bigger minutes than normally does around the ball. But yeah, he'll certainly be in our top couple, I think, with the job that he did. And he actually got the ball himself too. It was really damaging.
So I did get him wrong.
So did
I
I.
just looked at it then. I thought, how didn't I not get him in the votes? Matty, you've gone best on ground to Fraser Brawns.
Yep.
You went 2 for Mick Jacobson, and you went 1 for Trent Hurigan, who I thought was sensational as well, and I didn't give him a vote. So I reckon you
There's
might
a few.
take over, big fella. Kyan Jenkins might be in this spot next week. I went 3 for Mick Jacobson, 2 for Bruins, and I went 1 for Caleb Mitchie. Who were your best? And
Haven't done them yet.
who do you think, just off the top of your head?
Yeah,
I know
prob-
it's hard as a coach. But
Probably, yeah, Oscar will be right up there. Midge and Fraze definitely. Trent gets in the best every week. So
You're not going to give it to him this week? No.
probably every chance. I'm a backman, so I always like to sneak a couple of defenders. Yeah, most coaches don't. They just
Guy Sinclair for his
forwards,
talents.
Charity vote.
yeah.
Quinn, younger brother?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, it looks handy too. Looks a likely type. Does some really smart things.
Yeah, he's been around. Well, he's been here playing thirds when I came out in 2011. So, and there was another middle brother, Jordan, that played. They both played juniors in Morwell, but he hasn't played for a number of years because of work and that sort of stuff. So, bit of a thrill playing your senior footy for probably a couple of years there with both your brothers. So it was a bit of a kick.
Would have been just another one that I just look at. I'm going to stop looking at my paperwork, Matty. Sam Kurt. Didn't have him in the best ever, was he today? He was pretty
Yeah, it was
good.
It's pretty hard to pick the best today. I think
Yeah.
we had a pretty even spread of contributors, which is good. That's what you want. Sometimes over the years we've been a little bit too dependent on maybe one or two, but I think the spread's there, which is nice.
Cowan next week. Who they really impressed us last week against Glengarry, won by 101 points. I mean, Keenan Hughes is Keenan Hughes. He looked really good last week, but they've been thumped today by Woodside, which is surprising.
Yeah, I feel like they've been much more competitive. They've got some super experienced players in
Yeah.
their side, very, very experienced.
Timmy Johnson, Shane Morgan. Yeah.
Yeah, even Heck on ball and
Yeah.
Tainch and all those fellas. So they might have been a bit tired from.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we didn't play last week. We're fully expecting a real tough contest against them.
They always come out far on a care, why don't they?
Yeah, they're a different side there.
Yeah, so we'll prepare for that. We know how good Keenan is. He tore us up in a grand final a few years ago and kicked 10 goals or something. So we'll prepare for them.
He is a freak.
Yeah, he's-
I've rated him the best forward I've seen in country footy for a while.
Up there, definitely up there.
Yeah, he's a super player, isn't he? They tell me he's a better cricketer.
Yeah, they reckon he's pretty handy at everything.
That is- I don't
Just
like
one,
that.
just one of those ones.
Well, I do not like that. You go and take your money at the casino before you beat you there. So, hard question, but right now, probably shouldn't even ask it. I'll ask Guy. It's hard to ask the coach this one. Who's the side that you're really looking at right now that you think, geez, they're the side that... Because you are the top dog. Yeah. It's that simple.
Oh, definitely Woodside round one. Well, I think we only beat them by 10 points, and they've come back far, and everyone thought they lost a few, so they would have dropped off a bit. But when we played in round one, they're there, right thereabouts again. So
and we know Heyfield will get better.
Heyfield will be there. They've got
today.
a few more boys to come in, so don't write them off. Sale Cities with a couple of boys that work offshore, and that can come back every couple of weeks. They could be a danger come finals, early stage of finals.
Funny you say that. They're the side that I've thought. From what I've seen, I just reckon there's something about them.
They've always got the talent. They've just got to get them all on the park at the same time with work commitments and blokes. I think they've got 3 injuries in one game the other day when I spoke to Shoeback. But they're definitely a threat.
And Jack Kyan Jenkins, your pupil from Trafalgar High.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about him? Because he did give us some dirt on you at half time. So it might be nice to get some back.
Nah, I've only got good things to say about Kyan.
No, he was the same. He said best teacher he's ever had.
Oh, big call.
Wait till you go.
Mate, thank you both for your time today. Firstly, you, Guy, congratulations. 200 at one club right now is quite rare at the one club, so I take my hat off to you. You've got a lot of clubs in the vicinity and probably have been offered to go elsewhere before, so that's a super effort. Hope you get some the real chocolates at the end of the year that you deserve.
Thanks, mate.
Jack, your time always. You've been super again this week with the podcast and then to come over here in the freezing cold, and I know that you're looking for a hot bath. And I'll tell you one thing. We had Keenan Hughes and Shane Morgan in this bus after their win, and they had
Cans.
Top of the shelf drinks. It's good to see the professionals on top of water.
We were talking about this on the way over.
Canadian clubs.
I just seen a young fella come over the VB and I thought of shoot him away. I taught him well.
I did watch that. Doesn't surprise me. I know Morgs quite well.
It was great for you to join us. All the very best next week at Cower, and the rest of the year we'll be seeing you again, obviously, before finals and in finals. Super game to watch, so it was a professional outfit.
Thanks.
Can I just say to Heyfield, they conducted themselves. They've had a really difficult week this week with the passing of a club legend and the dad of one of the boys. So I just think they conducted themselves really well today, all things considered. It can be so hard, so sending condolences to that family and to the whole club. It's a really difficult time, so I hope they stick to each other and support each other through it.
Great words, Jack.
Well said.
That was the Woodland father, of course, who passed away earlier in the week. Thanks, guys. Super effort.
Thanks, boys.
Looking forward to catching up with you again on a podcast and in the winners' bus in here again.
Beautiful. Hopefully.
Thank you. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
It was the senior coach, Jack Brown, and 200 gamer, Guy Sinclair, with the TTU side. And they go further on top, undefeated. They have run out 73-point winners, 15-25, 115 to 6-6-42. So the scoreboard ended up getting it right in the end. And just before we go, we might have a quick word and say to Kai and Jenkins, thank you for today, mate. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, today was a bit of fun. Obviously not the closest game I've seen, but Heyfield were very competitive for large amounts of that game. They just let it slip late.
Geez, you're under the pump when the teacher comes in and, hey, how'd you feel about that? You'll pass this year. You've got your VCE done and dusted.
Well, I'm happy with the feedback he gave me. There's probably some other stuff he could have said, but no, I'll take whatever positive feedback I can get from anyone.
Did you feel comfortable on the mic?
Yeah, it's something I love doing. It's obviously I've done TikTok and podcasting. It's something that I'm completely comfortable with and something I do love doing.
You did a mighty job, mate, and I thought we might look at you by about round 12. I reckon we'll be looking at you around 10, which is next week. You've got something for us, Matty?
I do. We've got the final results for today. So we have Woodside 24-9, 153 to Cower 5-7-37. Rosedale 15-14, 104 to Gormdale 2-5-17. Yarram, which was a close one, 12-15-87 to Yallourn North 16-5, 101. And Churchill 9-6-60 to Sale City 18-18, 126.
Now, our Crown Hotel player of the day, we've gone to Fraser Bruins. It ended up 5 each, but he kicked 4. And that's your job anyway, and you've picked him for best on ground, Matty. So Fraser
for a
Bruins
ruckman.
will get best. Yes, we'll get best on ground thanks to our great friends at the Crown Hotel. We've already had a look at the Finch Cafe goal of the day that went to Josh Twite. And the TRFM mark of the day was Riley Denovan in the end. He got that one. And what a great player this young man is. And what a mark it was. So Riley Denovan, just back with courage. 2 blokes bearing down on him. And probably copped one in the kidneys there, to by the looks of that. So that was a very good effort by him. So they're our Crown Hotel player of the day, the Finch Cafe goal of the day, the TRFM mark of the day. This has been the Willaton Transport post-game show, thanks to our great friends all over the Latrobe Valley and Gippsland. Don't forget, next Friday is the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes barbecue, and we're still waiting to sort that win out. We'll get that on our socials, who's won those tickets, and we will. So keep your eyes posted on the North Gippsland Football Netball League Facebook page. That's probably where it'll bob up. Round 10 next week, guys. We are out at Heyfield, so we've got Heyfield
2 weeks in
again.
a row.
And we're at Heyfield for the first time this year. That was the first time we've called them this year, and they're taking on Rosedale.
Ooh.
So that could be, well, it will be, not could be. That'll be a very interesting game. That
3rd
one.
versus 5th.
Heyfield v Rosedale. Hey, that's all we've got time for. We've run out over time today, but we had to speak to the 200 gamer Guy Sinclair and the coach Jack Brown, as he's so very generous with his time. To you, Matty Mosley, thank you very much for today. Great effort. Your first day of calling. How did you go? I forgot to ask you about that. How did you feel?
Had to concentrate all day.
It's a little bit different than
It
special
is.
comments.
It is. And you got to watch for the full 30 minutes, and then you have your break.
Yeah, special
Feels
comments.
good.
You can have your feet up, and you can
That's
be
right.
having
a beer,
like,
and you know.
like you do. Like you do. Colin Jenkins, well done today, buddy. You've done really well.
Thanks, bud.
Good stuff. Stefan Gregory on the buttons, and our man up on the camera trailer, Mickey Robinson. This is Brad Sinclair on behalf of Sports Stream Live. Thanks to everyone. See you next week out at round 10 at Heyfield when they take on Rosedale. Bye for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
BP Traralgon East, day or night from few to a feast. BP Traralgon East, from a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast. BP Traralgon East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.